you done found a new breed of Hebrews that stand and walk with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cause. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they'd rather link a chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaican, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim. Homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms, never getting treatment. Something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long, and it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite. Crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. And if your mind ain't there, then we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love they reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, a part of God's hand selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every fight. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe a debt cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
See, when I say top three, I mean I'm one West. Either you get it or you don't. Simple as that. Let me show y'all why. Let's get it. I just float with it. Fuck what you did, I'm at your throat with it. You can learn something, take a note with it. Dedicated my life, I took an oath with it. For the blood of my brothers, we don't do no switching. I run with who I run with, ain't no clicking. Try me, then you done with no decision. Lead a scene like a Mack truck with 4 collisions. Pose everywhere, but they ain't gon' vote dissing. Coming at you live and direct, I don't do no dissing. Don't try this is practice, but it's my risk. I can freeze time, look at my wrist. Bloodline and line Lion of Judah, I'm hybrid, cause I'm the go-to. Trying to reign forever, man, who chose you? Niggas thinking that they hot, I say I'm cold too. Never go against the cold or it's cold blue. That's my vibe with it. I got 10% of your memory. Pay tithes with it. Keep a piece of your apple so I don't FaceTime with it. If we fall out, I don't burn bridges, I bomb bridges. Can't deny the truth for greatness, fall in line with it. Can't beat us, join us. One West where you find niggas. Rap what I rap about, don't confuse my squad, nigga. The difference is we know you hope that God with you. Enjoy the fruits of my labor with a banana clip, my mind different. You would think that Bitcoin fell the way these stockpiling. Green beans with supersonic rays, I am not island. Be a high head, get a heat seeker, so stop wildin'. Big dog to you little pups, so stop growling. I'm my only competition, there is no challenge. I do this in my sleep, man, I am not lying. Different breed, pick or choose, I could switch the lead. Ain't no up in the score, cause we ain't switching leads. Watch who you call your dog or you be picking fleas. Or get a drum roll like a 2-piece in a biscuit, please. You ain't got enough stripes just to sit with me. On top of the food chain, you can't get with me. Coded to the common cold, you ain't as sick as me. Moses to your wave, got a stab that can split your seed. I make everything hot. I took a bar off, all I did was breathe. Championship games, I treat them as practice. Look at niggas' career high like, yeah, that's what I average. But do this with my eyes closed and walking backwards. See, I call them trophies, but you know them as caskets. Everybody energy change up when it's static. T.I. with the fittest, too many ways niggas cap it. We taking new soldiers every day, put your app in. Taking new soldiers every day, put your app in.
Okay, that's enough, man. That's enough, man. That's enough, man. We done.
Try to tell me I can't win, all because of the skin I'm in. But then I look in the mirror again, and then we realize we better than them. We better than them.
They divided and they conquered my kin, but separated by the pigmentation of our skin. It's just that white supremacy agenda again. They want your mind in gold, cutting sugar cane, turning cotton gins. We left the plantation, then they pushed us into tenements. Police patrolling, hunting all my people like we're venison. The government's the criminals, they the real terrorists. Moving more coke than a Cuban watching pelicans. Selling all the dope, trying to kill us with the medicine. You a slave if you think that we're American. America was great before the Pilgrims had a settlement. Trump gets in office, blacks uniting with the Mexicans. Black, Hispanic, Haitians, Jamaicans, we all relatives. Trauma family, yo, we sleeping with the excavates. You niggas ain't pro-black, you just pro-melanin. If you ain't putting work in for our people, you irrelevant. The white man is the devil, our history is evidence. Coons say I'm racist, by definition I'm prejudiced. Got a right to be hesitant, as the African Methodists. We the endangered species, they'd rather protect the elephants. We the sons of God like a seraphim. God chosen people from the Old and New Testament. Black power, Kwam Yasha Allah, black excellence. We your new rulers, bow down to your eminence.
They try to tell me I can't win, all because of the skin I'm in. But then I look in the mirror again, and then we realize we better than them. We better than them.
They try to make you think rich. Why? To make your whole life a big risk. So what you do? Commit a crime, get locked up, come home, can't get a job. Man, that shit just make you think bricks. They trapping you. Ain't no way out of this poverty. Fuck being the prodigy, cause the world say you ain't shit. And then they give you religion. As soon as all that fails, they like to make you feel it ain't this, it's you. So what you do, you just can't get it right. Yeah, they like to say the truth hurts, but watch me take a life. Ain't they like to keep you in darkness so you can't get the Christ? Not knowing like Jacob's sons, he is real light. Get it? So what's left to do, you get your mask. Gotta make a way cause your kid's crying, your chick is mad. Every day you working 9 to 5 and still living bad. So you hit your stash, wait to the first, and hope that you can make it last. Got me feeling like what I'm working for. All these open cases, cause round here they don't open doors. Bottle with Jack Daniels, how you feeling the earth is yours. So I'm sitting talking to the bottle like we can go for worlds. Even through the tears sweating when I'm bleeding, I gotta stand up to these heathens. They ask me how I stay so sharp, I tell them, fool, I'm seasoning. You just food that season, nigga, it's feast time.
They try to tell me I can't win, all because of the skin I'm in. But then I look in the mirror again, and then we realize
realize we better than them. We better than them.
I don't take losing as an option. I just keep pursuing, sticking, moving like I'm boxing. Niggas sell they soul for a chain and a couple watches. Me, I got the key to your freedom, just like a locksmith's. Being black in the country that hate your melanin. Never having funding for schools that we be failing in. Rather have a business, but selling crack is more prevalent. But our bloodline on the power that they would never get. But you rather sever it, laying with another race. Say you love your own, but at home it's like another case. Then you try to bleach your skin. We want another face, like we took 10 steps back and then we're running place. What I'm trying to say is no progress. We've been shedding tears so long and we don't cry less. All they lies so hard to swallow and they don't digest. They're trying to terminate my own people like they on Skynet. Maybe all the answers is something that we ain't tried yet. Knowing that we kings but our palace is in the projects. Wishing for a rollie but on your wrist is a Timex. We started with Ebonics and turned it into a dialect. That's why I use my skin as a badge. I know where I'm at. See me, you know Black Lives Matter. You see bravery. See me overcome over 400 years of slavery. Systematically sabotaged by every agency. Guess it's all because of my skin. That's why they hating me.
I fuck it up, get it together, then I fuck it again. Then get it back, it always seem to be that struggle within. And the story called life got me hugging the pen. As I write, I hate the way my brother's stuck in the pen. And I go hard with the balls, barbarian. Jotting down these balls in the bar, I be killing them barbarian. Drop it lightweight, make them break cause they all Terrian. You wanna talk shooters, my warriors called carrying paper like librarians. Set with the crew, and everybody in my squad is way better than you. I fuck the game up, I show them how a veteran do. Give it praise cause of my ways, and I'm setting them too. Listen.
They try to tell me I can't win, all because of the skin I'm in. But then I look in the mirror again, and then we realize we better than them. We better than them. They try to tell me I can't win, all because of the skin I'm in. But then I look in the mirror again, and then we realize we better than them. We better than them.
How was that one?
About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reason. Said I was gonna get it. They ain't gonna see it, but they ain't gonna believe it. Can't stop, I can't now. Hold on, let me get the breakdown. Train to go like a K9. I'm about to let my light shine. We piped up till the pipe down. These niggas selling pipe dreams. Baby girl, you sweet as ice cream, and I need, you better believe. Sit back, look at my cheeks. Why you had to check my demeanor? Competition ain't creep. I'm about to take him to the cleats. They gon' get started press. Please not start no mess. These niggas petty, and I'm not impressed. I have him holding his chest like he having heart attacks. Told you I'm hard to death. I know that they see it, but they don't believe. Look at him so misleading. 144, Michigan beat. We undefeated, you better believe. Fuck being equal, I'm being equal. Drop a line note like a bomb motor. Prepare for the fallout. One way solid, what you talking about? Me and my nigga about to ball out. These little nigga better bow out. Tell her rank up, tell her fall out. I'm on my job, I can't call out. I'm in the winter, want it all now. Don't give a damn about the track record, little nigga, you about to lose today. Look, I got moves to make. You can even move, you can get moved away. Choose your fate. Most of these fools, they fake. Ain't got a card to play. Nigga, ain't hard to break. It's gonna get dark today, like the rest of Sean told the hard way. Nigga, wait out of your league, please believe. About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reasons. I'm gon' get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Sick with it, now you know that. Fuck the world, I can't go back. Ain't no coward, I don't know that. Bitch, I'd rather take a toe tag. Run it up, you know I'm good to go. Work my ball, you know I'm good as gold. They want smoke, got revenge naked in my bedroom doing the Tootsie Roll. Big dog niggas, I'm trying. It's my time, you way out of line, way out of bounds. Oh, you ain't noticed the line. Then on my flow is a vibe. I know it's gon' be stressed, I know it's gon' be pressure. Gotta stay focused. It's a cool word, baby girl. I should be a soldier, you should be my loaded. It feel like something controlling me, spirit take over me, holding me high. Believe me, it's over, look over my shoulder, and I see my soldiers and they ain't no play. Keep spitting the fake, he real, but I'm real. Fuck it, desire, I'm about to kill her. Wait, hold up, let me catch the rhythm. Okay, I got it, I'm ready. He cross that line, he gon' regret it. Know how I rock it steady. Hope he keep it going steady. You better believe me. Certified, won't rest solid, it ain't hard to tell. Can't out as hard as hell. These people raise this nigga, better watch yourself. I'm getting this mail. Chasing them blue faces like I'm Gargamel. And I work too hard to fail. Glock with me, gotta guard yourself. You know why I keep it, they try to come get me, I'm squeezing, you better believe. But the go live got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reasons. Now I'm gon' get it, yeah. You know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Like that.
Yeah.
Light skin keep sweating.
And 44 the rubber, yeah.
Hey, who beat is this? Yeah, this shit inspired me, I needed this. That old man and them lies, I defeated them. You know them lies in the den, bitch, I eat with them. You know them Glocks, them 2 9s, yeah, I sleep with them. Hate in his eyes, guess I got to pop the smoke off. Lot of power, many wives, I want both y'all. Can you read between the lines, what do we have here? About to let my light shine like a chandelier. In the end, get them crowns like a souvenir. If he ain't locked in with the code, what he doing here? Don't play no games, bitch, my bro, bitch, you blue in here. They get you torn up, but this the warm up. I put my fists in the air, they gon' swarm up. I put my hand up in the air, they gon' fan out. Them devils try to do me bad, but it ain't pan out. How I planned out. Bitch, I'm women first the deal, that's why I stand out. I'm always gon' swing that sword, I never stand out. It's gonna be man down, put him in the ground. And I'm always applying pressure, nigga, hands down. And you can tell it where I'm rolling, I'm official with. And now to put the plan in motion, let me situate. I'm 45, little nigga, can't do nothing with you. If we gon' have to take it over, it gon' be nothing pretty. Hey, who is this? Yeah, this shit inspired me, I needed this. That old man and them lies, I defeated them. You know them lies in the den, bitch, I eat with them. You know them Glocks, them 2 9s, yeah, I sleep with them. Yeah, this bitch go hard cause I'm vibing with. With them niggas on my side, me they ride with me. I hear them talking, but them niggas can't be serious. Hey, they delirious, they fucking with me, period. Shorty stay low, I'ma marry her. One of a kind, I'ma cherish her. I love the way she feel, give all I can give. Hey, you know my shit for real. You gonna uphold that oath, young and yeah, I'm positive. And the reason that he died, he ain't tryna live. Can't sacrifice you, know we struggle live. Hey, who beat is this? Yeah, this shit inspired me, I needed this. That old man and them lies, I defeated them. You know them lies in the den, bitch, I eat with them. You know them Glocks, them 2 9s, yeah, I sleep with them. Get it poppin' on the head, better come equipped. Glory in the distance at my fingertip. Piling up bag like a nigga about to take a trip. It won't west, nigga, what the fuck you think it is? Yeah, what you think it is? I'm 44, what was solid, what you think it is? Ain't stopping nothing, nigga, I got too much rank in here. Hey, what you think it is? Hey, who beat is this? Yeah, this shit inspired me, I needed this. That old man and them lies, I defeated them. You know them lies in the den, bitch, I eat with them. You know them Glocks, them 2 9s, yeah, I sleep with them. Yeah. Belshazzar was a grandson of Nebuchadnezzar. Go sit down in the library and read. This is history here in the Daniel 7th chapter. King of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. So the Most High gave him these visions. Then he wrote the dream and told us some of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea. The four winds of the heaven mean the destruction coming from the north, east, south, and west. That's what the four winds mean. On the great sea, the Mediterranean Sea. Italy is bordered into the Mediterranean Sea. Greece is bordered into the Mediterranean Sea. Palestine, Israel is bordered on the Mediterranean Sea. And four great beasts came up from the sea. And four great beasts, four great kingdoms came up from the sea. Diverse, one from another. Different, one from another. And the first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. And the first was like a lion and it had eagle's wings. Go in the Museum of History on 81st Street and Central Park West. Go in the museum, the Metropolitan Museum on 83rd Street and 5th Avenue. And go in the Assyrian Gallery, the Babylonian Assyrian Gallery. They have a lion sitting on the floor with eagle's wings coming out of his back. That's the Babylonian lion. So this first beast represents the Babylonian Empire that Daniel was in. Nebuchadnezzar and Belshazzar. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it lifted up from the earth. When it said it lifted up from the earth, it became a ruler over the kingdom of Assyria, and it took Israel into captivity. This is in history. And made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And when it said a man's heart was given to it, great wisdom was given to the kingdom of Babylon. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear. And behold, another beast, a second like unto a bear. This is the Medo-Persian Empire. You can go in the library and sit down and read about it. That's history that happened before we got to this kingdom we're in now. And it raised up itself on one side. And it raised up itself on one side means the Persian Empire became the name of this empire. And it had three ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. What? And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. So it conquered the Babylonian Empire. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard. And he beheld another like a leopard. Who's this talking about? The white world. The Alexander the Greek Empire. Go in the Museum of History on 81st Street and Central Park West. They have a bust head of Alexander the Greek. And he got a leopard skin hat on. Read it. Which had upon the back of it four wings of a fowl. And after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard. So this was the Greeks. Another like a leopard. This is the Greek Empire. Which had upon the back of it four wings of a fowl. And the beast had also four heads. And the Greek Empire, Alexander's empire, when he was dying on his dying bed, he split up his empire between four Greek generals. One Greek general named Ptolemy took over Egypt. Another Greek general named Celestius took over the Middle East. And Cassandra and Lysimachus took over Hellespont and Greece. And dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night visions and beheld a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible. That's the Roman Empire. That's the empire we're in now. America is part of the Roman Empire. And strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth, and it devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue of the feet, the feet of it, with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. That's history. That's stone cold history. Now we're going to get to America. And it had 10 horns. And the 10 horns are the 10 common market nations.
All right, clap it up. Hey, shalom, everybody. This is the latest podcast coming at you once again every first Sunday of the month, live from Gary, Indiana. You know what I mean? I am Precinct Officer 1000, my yard, your man with the 100 hands. And I have my right-hand man over here, Precinct Officer 1000, Kazawan. My other right-hand man over here, Precinct Officer 1000, Rumbawan. My right-hand man, Precinct Officer 500, Ashayar. And on the ones and twos, the mighty right hand himself, Precinct Officer 50, Raj Karab. You know what I mean? And this is the crew for the latest podcast. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, we started off the show dedicated the first 5 minutes of the show. You know, we had to get that mighty scripture breakdown by High Priest Ariah. You know what I mean? Right. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? And Chief Head Priest Ariah, you know what I mean? He's one of the founding members of the ISUPK. Right. You know, after Abba Bivens was murdered by the same Muslims that murdered Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Head Priest Ariah, Yeshaya, you know what I'm saying? And then the seven, you've heard their names all week, Salakia. But, you know, the seven heads, and Head Priest Ariah was one of the seven heads, you know what I'm saying, that founded the ISUPK. He's one of the men that the Lord anointed to help bring the truth back into the earth. You know what I'm saying? And you got fake Israelites out there disrespecting the brother, trying to bring out scriptures to disrespect the brother, dishonoring his name and his legacy, you know, because you know why? They're not really a part of his pedigree. They're not really a part of his legacy, because some of these people that you'll see, they were never in the truth. They were never a part of the UPK. They were never in the truth. So they would not honor this man's work. But the scriptures say to give him double honor for the work that he put in. That's right. Regardless of if he fell out the truth or not, that brother, he's one of the reasons we have the 12 tribe chart. He's responsible for the 12 tribe chart. He's responsible for a lot of these breakdowns. He went and got all of this information about the scriptures, all this history, archaeology, and everything before you had a computer in your hand. Right. This man went to the library, something you all would not do, and sat up in there for days and weeks and months and years and hour upon hour doing all this research to help lift our people up out of the dust. Right. So, you know what I mean? We give much honor to that brother, you know what I'm saying, and the work that he did, and hopefully, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, he will be next to Yahweh Shah in the kingdom of heaven getting a just reward. We can't help what happened to him in his old age when younger men deceived him. You know what I'm saying? But let's take an example real quick. You know, we don't get into a lot of scriptures on this podcast, you know what I mean? But we're gonna talk. Let me just bring up, and if you look in the book of 1 Samuel, you know what I'm saying? I believe it's chapter 24. It is chapter 24 and verse, let me see here.
11, sir.
Is it 24 and 11?
Yeah, I believe so.
We start at 8.
Yeah, that's all. Oh, yeah, it might be 8.
No, Salakia, not 24. It's 23. Salakia. Let's go to the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 23 and verse. Salakia. I can't remember the verse off the top of my head. But this is the story of King David. It is in 24. When David had Salakia, one moment. That's all return from Philistines. 6, verse 6. So 24 and 6, if you could.
Khan will Khan. Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 24 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto his men,
mm-hmm.
The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master.
Now, to give you some context, this is when King David was on the run. When David, before he became king, was on the run from King Saul. King Saul had failed completely up. The Lord put an evil spirit on him. You know what I'm saying? He was hunting David down to kill him. He sent assassins. He killed a whole village. He killed a whole family of priests for helping David, and then killed every man, woman, and child in the village. You know what I'm saying? Saul came, it was hunting for David so hard, the Philistines came and attacked Israel, and Saul had to go back and fight the Philistines, right? When he came back looking for David, he went to relieve himself inside of a cave. When he came into the cave, David and 600 men were lined up along the walls of that cave, and King Saul was in there by himself. And his men told David, the Lord has delivered your enemy into your hands. The Lord delivered Saul to you. Go now and kill him, take his head. You know what I'm saying? And by all rights and reason, King Saul had fallen off, endangered Israel, hunting an innocent man down for no reason. David went and cut the skirt off of his robe, cut the hem of his robe off. And then he felt bad after he did that. And then he went back to his men and he said, I shouldn't have done that. He said, and then he also said, read that from the top.
And he said unto his men, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master.
Keep going.
The Lord's anointed.
Keep going.
To stretch forth mine hand against him.
Keep going.
Seeing he is the anointed of the Lord.
You see, David looked at Saul, even though Saul had fell off. Saul had sinned against the Most High. The Most High had already told David he would be king one day. But David said, I can't do this against my master, the Lord's anointed, to raise my hand against him. How dare you speak against head priest Ariah? How dare you, if you call yourself an Israelite, especially if you call yourself a One West Israelite, which a lot of you clowns pretend to be, but you're not One West, and how you talking about this man now that he's passed away? When he was alive, you couldn't keep his name out of your mouth. You wanted to revere him when he's alive. Now he's dead and you want to insult him? You know what I'm saying? You want to turn against him and talk about he fell off this and he fell off the truth. You're not even in the truth, Bob. Because if you were, you would be humble like David was. You would be a good servant like David was. You would be a good son like David was, and not speak against this man in a harsh manner that a lot of you all are doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Us in the ISUBK, we are the Lord's anointed. And we recognize that he was anointed by the Lord, because in a day and age where he didn't have a computer and the internet and all of that, he was able to go into the library and break down all these scriptures and break down all this archaeology and history. And the breakdowns that we use today, you can thank him for.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So big ups, double honor to to Chief Head Priest Ariah for the work that he did while he was on this earth. May he rise, may he rest in power, may he rise again in power in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And receive a prophet's reward, because he was the Lord's anointed. If David can call King Saul the Lord's anointed after Saul tried to murder him for no reason, David didn't turn his hand against him. At the end of this story, he came out the cave behind Saul and bowed down to him and begged forgiveness and made amends with Saul. You know what I'm saying? That's what a man of the Lord does, not that nonsense y'all doing. I just have to say, anybody got anything to add on to that?
Yeah, I mean, if I may, sir.
Please do.
For anybody who's, disrespecting somebody who was one of the founders who, the Lord put the spirit on them, lay this truth down, and give us an opportunity to learn from a man like that and to learn all those breakdowns. Anybody who disrespect that type of pedigree, you got to understand that they're not in the truth.
Damn right.
Don't matter what knowledge they perceive to have, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that knows, even if you got your father in the world, if you have the true knowledge of the Bible, you know not to dishonor your father. Right. Because what does that make you look like? That makes you look like a disobedient child.
Yeah, I'm right.
You understand? Knowing that, like the other one is bringing out, knowing the history of how David, a powerful brother, you know what I'm saying, that could have killed his king at any time, knowing how he handled himself, and knowing that this Bible belongs to us, we supposed to pan ourselves after the men in the Bible.
That's right.
You understand? So not go against what the Bible says. If you going against head priest Ariah, you going against the Bible.
That's right.
You understand? And that's one thing these fake Israelites don't understand. That's why if you're not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth.
That's right.
That's it.
And if I can piggyback off what he's saying, most of these brothers that's speaking ill on High Priest Ariah, these brothers done left the truth. They done committed the crime of having no brotherhood already. So how can you even blame especially an elder who just who may have lost his mind during his old age? Y'all brothers are still young and y'all done lost y'all's mind already.
Right. You know what I mean? Don't come.
I'm for
Hey, and what's
I got to.
Go ahead.
Just I want to give a big up, to Commander General Yohana for continuing this truth. We wouldn't know how to handle elders if it wasn't for a man like Commander General Yohana.
Right.
And with the leadership that we have, this is why we are so mature when it comes to things of this nature. When it comes to our high priest, especially like the brother who just passed away, High Priest Ariah. Because Commander Jeremy Yohana taught us how to be brotherly no matter what the situation is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, I definitely want to give a big up to our head, which is Commander Jeremy Yohana.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's an example of true leadership. Right. That's how you know the men of the Lord are still in this earth and being led properly by someone who was anointed by the Lord to lead us.
Right.
Because it would be easy for him to go and say whatever he wanted to say about the brother. But you know what? He knows the Bible. He knows the scripture. He knows the spirit of Yahweh Shai. He knows that the Lord doesn't want us to destroy that legacy because we're living in that legacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to all you fake Israelites, man, listen, I'm going to show you some ultimate brotherhood right now. Stop what you're doing. Get out of that group that you're in. Forget all of them traditions that you done learned. You know what I mean? Forget all them fake breakdowns that they done gave you. Come into the ISUPK, get in all black, and learn what real brotherhood is, and come into the true one body of the Most High Christ. All right. All right. Now with that, let's roll up into this podcast. We got a lot to cover. You know what I mean?
So first up on the list for the latest podcast is Dilbert. Distributor drops comment after creator's racist comments.
So Dilbert, everybody know that little goofy little it's an office comedy. Dilbert gained fame for making fun of office culture. You know what I mean? They even had a cartoon at one point. I think it said that it had been translated in over 2,000 different languages. Like, this was a worldwide cartoon. Well, leave it to good old Esau to show his true colors. You know what I mean? The Lord is shaking up the earth right now, and he's making these people really show you how they feel. You know what I'm saying? You know what? But before we go into our thing, let's hear what this Edomite had to say about black people.
Of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me. According to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population. Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that
if I could real quick, black people quoting Don Lemon, white people quoting Don Lemon doesn't qualify. You know what I mean? You can quote Don Lemon, you can quote Ben Carson, you can quote a number of so-called black people. That because you quoting them doesn't qualify the racist crap that's coming out of your mouth. He said, well, I'm quoting Don Lemon.
Go ahead. It's funny how this dude just said I tell white people to get away from black people, as quick as possible, and all this. When last time I checked, man, the white man has destroyed every single entity of Earth.
Right.
So everybody needs to get away from you. That's the issue. The issue maybe ain't us.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, get away from black people. We're destroying the ozone layer. You know what I'm saying? We're making animals go extinct. You know what I'm saying? We're running around the planet raping, robbing, and murdering, molesting kids. You know what I mean? Sleeping with animals. We're the ones doing that, right? Last time I checked, the last thing we doing, we are fighting ourselves in the ghetto. We are fighting in the barrios and in the reservations. We are killing each other. You know what I'm saying? We are abandoning our homes and our children. But you know what? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, because ain't that a side effect of slavery and Willie Lynch and Jim Crow and redlining and what was it, the welfare system? If women wanted to have get on welfare, they had to kick the man out the house. And then even today, you get more money by having more babies and no man. So I'm just saying, is it that white people need to get away from black people, or is it the other way around?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Like I was just gonna say, it's what they call it for blacks and Hispanics, of course. It's what we call a learned behavior. It was something that we learned from our oppressors and from our slave masters. The things that we do are the things that we doing it spiritually is something that we learned through slavery.
Right.
Our parents were doing it because, like our great-great-grandfathers was probably, they knew that the only way that their kids wouldn't get killed or their wives wouldn't get sent away was to follow what the slave master was doing. Exactly. And now, of course, we ain't, what you want to say in slave dorms or none of that stuff anymore. But spiritually, we know the only thing to protect our kids is, hey, let the mother of our children stay with the kids by themselves. We won't be in the household. It makes it so much easier with a man not in the household for the oppressor to continue to keep us bound. You know what I'm saying? So unless, we got to spiritually get out of that and say, hey, we don't care. If we'll do what we got to do ourselves to keep our families together. We don't care if the oppressor help our family out. We got to struggle and make it happen ourselves as men. Right. You know what I'm saying? So,
and if I could, what I mean? We're going to pay a little bit more of that. Hey, look, I agree with him, but in the reverse. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let me get on the other side of agreeing with this Edomite. Yeah, black people, you need to get the hell away from white people. Right. They don't, it's obvious by this. Now, keep in mind, this man is filthy rich. He doesn't have to see black people. He doesn't have to deal with black people. He don't have to look at black people. He don't have to be nowhere near black. He has enough money where he can be in an all-white area, neighborhood, community. Hell, he can get together with a couple other white folks and build a whole community. Right. This man's comic, stupid little comic strip that take you 3 seconds to read went worldwide and made him a multi-millionaire. They even had a cartoon based on it. And he's talking about living around black people and getting away from black people. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear one more of this maniac has to say, because he is a maniac. Probably got bodies in his basement stretched right now. Go ahead.
He lived in a mostly black neighborhood. There were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational.
If I and when y'all want to say something about that,
I was just gonna say I 100% agree with that last statement. We need to get away from white people, because anytime they choose to help us, they end up destroying us even more. Like, do you think that a lion can stay in a safe place with a gazelle, and you think that lion is gonna help that gazelle? Like, he's gonna fatten them up to eat them. That's what we're getting. We're getting fattened up so they can eat us alive. You understand? So that's all I wanted to say.
And here's the thing about it: if you look at the history of white people and look at Jeffrey Dahmer, everybody watched that Dahmer. They literally trying to eat figures. You know what I mean? That ain't just a figure of speech. They want to fatten you up and literally lock you in the basement and do all types of nasty things to you and eat the body. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just disgusting. I mean, but you know what? That's needed. That's needed. That right there is medicine. That's good medicine for Black people right there. That you know, the best medicine tastes bad when it go down, but it's gonna give you that healing effect you need. You need to realize they hate you. He even said at one point he identified as Black, didn't he? You know what I mean? He's around Black people, helping Black people. He even identified as Black because he was so immersed in Black culture. But he drew one of the whitest comic strips you'd ever want to. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the humor in Dilbert was all white office humor. Even his TV show, I think it had maybe 1 or 2 Black characters on the whole little cartoon show. But he was so immersed in Black culture and a part of our culture and wanted to help us so much. And now he said that because of this poll, it showed that over 50% of Black people don't like white people or don't want to be around white people. So yeah. I wish I'd have seen that poll because we go out and ask, they be, ain't nothing wrong with Massa. You know what I'm saying? We go out and say, shouldn't you want to get away from white people? They say, y'all Negroes is wrong. So I want to meet that 50, 53, 58, whatever percent, you know what I'm saying, that he met. You know what I'm saying, that took that poll, because obviously when we poll the people, they tell us that we some crazy Negroes on the corner. You know what I mean? And that the best thing around is master. You know what I'm saying? But because of this poll, and over 50-some% said that they didn't like white people and didn't want to be around white people, he said that Black people are a hate group. You know what I mean? Black, not the KKK, not the skinheads, not the neo-Nazis, you know what I'm saying? Not the Proud Boys, you know what I'm saying? Not any of these right-wing and left-wing groups out here, not the police who kill more Negroes than the law should allow, but the law doesn't allow it. Go figure. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not any of these, but Black people, you're a hate group. You darkies are a hate group. Go ahead.
And this is also this is also like an example to show us, like this man that actually, you know, made the comment. His name is Scott Adams, and you know, this is an example for Black and Hispanics and Native American Indians that we are still in a racist land. No matter what fake laws they pass or how they make it seem, you know, like we all equal and all of this type of nonsense. Stories like this is brought out, like you said, by the Most High to show us that we didn't come to America because we're supposed to be here. We came here as slaves.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we still slaves today. And our oppressor, the Caucasian, is so prideful and ignorant. He goes and, you know, have this platform and make a statement like this. And this should wake up Black people like, look at the audacity of these beasts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Us, of course, we understand. But for our people in the world, you're supposed to look at something like this and be like, look at the audacity that they got to say out their mouth. After we done built up this whole goddamn country. Right. After we done served them, they say we should get away from them like we asked to be here. Right. We didn't ask to be here. Right. Last time I checked, you know what I'm saying? We was forced to come here. Sold on auction blocks and all of that. And for the audacity for them to say that, it's just ignorant and prideful. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures call them prideful. And this is coming to life right here. You see the pride of this devil? He just, you know what I'm saying, basically saying, oh, we got to get away from these Negroes. You know what I'm saying? It's just a disgusting thing to hear.
So, like, if I may,
go ahead.
What's the new agenda they teaching the kids now? It was a transatlantic migration. Like we got tickets to the show and boat to come over here, and then now y'all telling everybody to leave and to keep away from us. Y'all brought us over here to terrorize us. Right. Y'all are the real world's terrorists. Right. And y'all telling somebody to get away from us. Right. So that's all I'm saying. Right. This is crazy.
Yeah, like you said, like we when they went over there and said, hey, we got tickets, y'all. 50%
off.
50% off. Come on the boat ride. Come on, y'all. You know, it's plenty of room below deck.
they say, I don't know, because for some free tickets, some blacks, we definitely take them sometimes. Got some free tickets over here. It's the land of the free. Everything free. You go over here, you're like, God damn, this ain't nothing. You ever get that before? You got some free tickets somewhere before, and then you go there and be like, that ain't playing. It's like nothing like it showed on the brochure when I looked at it.
Right. That's an American tradition. Look, knock you over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, like we came over here with free tickets. I was like, hey, don't worry, fellas. When you get over here, you just work it off. Couple years.
Like, it's the land of the free.
You know what I mean?
You know that you wasn't going to be the free one who get the land.
Right. The only thing free was the label your black ass was going to do. Man, come on, man.
That's just so heavy to what, we teach in the school where blacks and Hispanics the only ones that don't understand that race is called a race for a reason.
Right.
And the only group of people that don't understand that it's a race is blacks and Hispanics. We the only ones that don't understand that that what we got going on is not to be equal. They don't care about being equal with us. The issue is we don't understand that our oppressor never wants to be like us. Right. He just said that. He said he don't want to. Why would he want to be? Every time he get looked at, he looked like he got a low credit score. Every time he get looked at, he looked like he got a gun in his car.
Right.
Like, why would he want to look like that? Even you look at rappers like Eminem. Eminem never changed up who he was to be a rapper. Did you notice that? Eminem never put braids in his hair, changed his eye color to black. He kept the same blonde hair, blue eyes, and in the rap game, and he wasn't gonna let the culture change him because he don't want to be like blacks. He want to continue to be an oppressor, but he doesn't want to be in our game. It's only blacks and Hispanics that want to change who they are to be a different culture. Right. We want to be country stars. You know what we do? We put on some tight jeans, we put dye our hair, put contacts in our eyes, and we want to look just like the oppressor. They never want to look like us. We always want to look like this. It's just a spirit.
What you said is so heavy. I'm sorry, correct. Because it made me think about how even us being in America and us embracing American culture and everything that America stands on, it drives us crazy. Mm-hmm. It got our women turning, homosexual. It got our brothers, the men turning homosexual and effeminate. You know what I'm saying? It got us wanting to be like them because nature shows you that our oppressor is homosexual.
Very much so.
You know what I'm saying? So if we grew up in this land as slaves, and now you see today, now we are turning into what they are. Right. And that's why what I believe Officer Mayal said, what he said should be flip side. We should want to get away from them. Right. Because we gonna end up homosexual when you see it happening. Right. The Wade.
Oh God.
The Wade and his son or daughter, whatever you want to call it, the brat, and her so-called pregnancy. You see it happen and us turning into them. Yep. You know what I'm saying? We black on the outside, but we white on the inside. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we should come back to our culture and be who we supposed to be.
Right. Damn right. Damn right. Hey, at the end of the day, hey, Gilbert, we didn't even read your garbage ass comic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Let's be for real. When I was a shorty, I used to, my parents used to get the newspaper. You know what I'm saying? I used to read that's all I did. I read the comic strips out the newspaper. That one, I know it was there, but guess what? That was one of the most boring, bland-ass comics in the whole entire comic strip. I don't even know how it got so popular. You know what I mean? Because, it got popular because it wasn't meant for us. I used to read stuff like the Boondocks. You know what I'm saying? I used to look at, show you my age, Heathcliff and Garfield, the Boondocks. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like Marmaduke was better than damn Gilbert. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? You got lucky that your little dinky comic strip made you some money. Shut your mouth. Don't nobody want to hear from you. Just writing that little boring ass comic. Right. You know what I'm saying? Although, what you said is true. We need to get away from y'all. And y'all do need to get the hell away from us. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? The most successful time that black people had in this country was during segregation. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we need to go back to that. So little things like what he just did, that is that red, what is it? That's the red pill, right? Or is that the blue pill? The blue pill sent you back, right? In the Matrix, the red pill free. So that's the pill. Okay, that's one of the pills that black people need to take. Digest that. Know that these people, no matter how nice they seem, and I'm sure, listen, he said he was immersed in black culture to the point where he thought he was black, but he claimed to be black. All right, yeah, with that white boy next to you that thinks that they black and claim to be black, this is what is really in their heart. The whole time they looking at you and thinking that. All right, they're looking at you and thinking they're better than you. You only serve a purpose, and when your purpose is over and they have a chance to advance past you, they will, and you will be that black friend, so they can consider themselves not racist. Yeah, because he doesn't consider himself racist for that rant that he went on. He just said, "Hey, it's just an opinion," and he said, "If you look at the statistics behind what I said, no one's disagreed with me. Yeah, no one's disagreeing with you, Cracker, because the rest of the crackers feel that way." Right. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, if I may real quick, just to piggyback off what you're saying, I also heard him say, well, we don't have the crime and, the issues in the white neighborhoods that we do in the black neighborhoods, not realizing that, your people are the ones who took the rule makers out of the household. You took the fathers out of the household. So while Mayberry has all their fathers in the household and able to teach their kids what's right and wrong, we got our women that's being subjected to the white man and teaching our kids the way that the white man wants our kids to be taught, instead of us being in the household and teaching them the correct way. Now, another statistic is this: if there's a man in the household, that family is like 80% more likely to be successful, even if it's just a man and not a woman, because the children need those rule makers. They need somebody to be able to correct the incorrections inside of a household. And that you just saying that just lets me know that you don't understand the evil deeds behind what your forefathers did to our forefathers.
Damn right. Damn right. Anybody else got anything on that? All right, look, hey, Scott Adams, we gonna drop Dilbert like the rest of the world just did. Next. Drop that. What's next, sir? Raj?
Right. Next up on the latest, the Brat.
Oh, no. Let's go to that Proud family. I gotta hear. Hey, yo. Hey. Yo, I never watched this cartoon ever in my life because I thought it was just a bunch of cool kids. Hey, man, I just missed out on it. It was too soft. I like cartoons back in the days of shooting. If you had some swords and some shooting and some magic and some explosions, I was all up in it. You know what I'm saying? But I never watched the Proud Family, but big ups to the Proud. Hey, I'm proud of the Proud Family. Yo, this right here, I don't know who did it.
They're not there no more.
They definitely lost their job. But the Proud Family, and I'm gonna post the link up in Clubhouse for those who are viewing now or view it later. Can you pull up the article real quick? You know what I'm saying? Or I'll pull it up. But the Proud Family, man, they just did, I think it's like they first, because they got rebooted. Proud Family went off the air for a while, now they're back. You know what I'm saying? And like within their first couple episodes, they dropped a bomb on white America that white America was not ready for. You know what I mean? They are outraged at the Proud Family. I'm talking about, I heard the Proud Family's racist, the Proud Family this, the Proud Family that. When I was looking up the video so I could see, I like the little song. I'm not a fan of a lot of things, but hey, to me, that song on point. You know what I'm saying? I see sisters on YouTube making videos against the Proud Family.
Oh, wow.
To show you what the Proud Family is saying is right. You know what I'm saying? And you got black women coming up against a cartoon that's speaking for their betterment. Just like they come up against the men of the ISUPK. Damn right. We say, sisters, you don't have to be hoes. You don't have to be strippers. You don't have to be single moms. You don't have to be baby mamas. You know what I mean? You don't have to dress that way to get the attention of men. Men will love you if you walked out in a sackcloth from head to toe. You know what I'm saying? If you dress like Muslim women in them ninja outfits, men are still, you think Muslim men are looking at her like, she look like a ninja today. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So like it's that'd be more attractive. When you got your body cut.
Yeah. You know, so they be looking at them like, hey, she got on extra layers today. I know that body right. I wonder what's up underneath that hijibi. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it's called. Some job. Yeah, what you want to do? What's under her job? I want to give her a job. You know what I mean? Put some work in under her job. That target. But you got our sisters, man, and brothers and sisters. And because the sisters are speaking against it, of course you know what's going to happen, right? It's going to be some self-righteous brothers. You like my queen.
Yeah. Go ahead. Don't ever say nothing about abortions either, man. These women today, I'm going to tell you how, wicked the spirit is of a woman, especially our Black and Hispanic women. If you say anything about abortion, or go against aborted kids, oh man, they might be at your doorstep, which we are ready and willing for. This is what we fight for. But man, it just show you the wickedness and how far away from what the Lord wants us to do we are. So
hey, the Lord put the spirit on whoever wrote this episode of Proud Family. You know what I'm saying? And if we could, Raj, let's run this song right quick. Reparation. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sample this part.
This country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country. Tilled this land from sea to sea to sea. First there was rice, tobacco, sugar cane. Then Whitney did his thing and cotton became king. And we were its soldiers, 4 million strong, fighting for America's freedoms, even though we remained America's slaves. Built this country. The descendants of slaves continue to build this. Slaves built this country. And we, the descendants of slaves in America, have earned reparations for their suffering and continue to earn reparations every moment we spend submerged in the systemic prejudice, racism, and white supremacy that America was founded with and still has not atoned for. Slaves built this country. Not only field hands, but carpenters, masons, blacksmiths, musicians, inventors built cities from Jamestown to New Orleans to Banneker, Washington. 40 acres and a mule. We'll take the 40 acres, keep the mule. We made your families rich. From the southern plantation heirs to the northern bankers to the New England ship owners, the founding fathers, former presidents, current senators, the Illuminati, the New World Order. Slaves built this country. We had Tubman, Turner, Frederick D. Didn't they say Lincoln freed the slaves? But slaves were men. And women. And only we can free ourselves. Emancipation is not freedom. Jim Crow, segregation, redlining, public schools, feeding private prisons, where we become slaves again. As we celebrate Juneteenth for the umpteenth time, our account is still outstanding. Because this country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country.
Hey. Yo, give it up. Like I said, give it up. When slaves built this country. Hey, I guarantee you somebody got fired over there. You know somebody. I just want to know how many Caucasian writers they have on staff over there. Right. God, dog. So the country has been going crazy. Low key. See, this is a story that they've kind of swept under the rug. It keeps popping up though. And if you're not in tune with the latest, if you're not in tune with the news, you wouldn't even have known that this happened. You know what I'm saying? This is the truth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? What they did, whoever was inspired to write this episode, I'm telling you right now, they didn't watch the UPK video somewhere down that line. You know what I'm saying? They didn't walk past the camp. If it was an Edomite, they probably kissed the boot somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But that right there, what they're saying, I don't see anything wrong or false in what they were saying. Slaves did build this country. Right. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans were slaves in this country and built this country. You know what I'm saying? Did not receive any reparations, did not receive any rewards, did not receive anything but continued hatred and servitude inside of this country. Right. You know what I mean? Like they said, we'll take the 40 acres, you can keep the mule. You know what I'm saying? Come matter of fact, you can keep the 40 acres. Give me the money. Give me the financial equipment of 40 acres and a mule right now, and see what we do. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they are outraged. So the Dilbert can say whatever they want, but the Proud family can't. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no YouTube videos, extensive 5, 10, 15, 20, 30-minute YouTube videos from Black people talking about Dilbert, but they sitting there talking about racism and misogyny and sexism and classism of the Proud family. Man, our people are sick. Right. You know what I'm saying? That 400 years of slavery really did a number on us mentally. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we know it did a physical number on us, but it did a mental number on us where it has destroyed us completely. completely. You know what I mean? To the point where we're not allowed to speak out against the injustices and the wrongdoings that befall our people, that go against our people every day. And if we speak out against it, we have our own people trying to silence us. You know what I mean? My thing is this. If you don't support it, shut the hell up. We don't need your opinion. We don't need you going and trying to separate yourself from the herd and stand out to master. And so, hey, I'm not with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these niggas. No, you know what happens to the animal that separates from the pack? When you see it being traced by a predator and that one water buffalo or that one moose or deer or cow, or even an elephant, when it separates from the pack, it gets ate the hell alive.
And not only that, it becomes weaker. Like you're weaker without your people.
Right?
And that's what we're not understanding. The fact that, you know, us being together, that's why the Bible says gather yourselves together in culture and coming into this Bible and realizing who you are as a people, because that's how we become stronger, not by separating from each other.
Right. You know what I mean? There's an old saying I heard a long time ago. You know what I mean? So I'm going to retool this saying, you know what I mean? Because it was meant to empower Black people, but this should empower Black people another way. You realize that together ants can overcome an elephant. You know what I mean? Ants can overcome an elephant together. Now, it used to be said in a way where like Black people were the elephant and white people were the ants. And it said, well, if we don't be cautious, the ants can overcome the elephant. Well, you goddamn right we want the ants to overcome that elephant, because we are the ants. We are small in this world right now. And when I say small, I'm not talking about physical number. I'm talking about in power. You know what I mean? I'm talking about in freedom and power and ability. We have no power in this world, in this country. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are on the complete total bottom. And you might want to talk about things that go over in Africa. Well, when Black people from America go over to Africa, guess what you are in Africa? You're still a slave to the Africans. Your homie, the homies, they the ones that sold you into slavery. You think that the homie tribe was the only one participating in that slave trade? They sold, the Nigerians participated in it, the homies participated in it, the Arabs participated in it, the Ethiopians, you know what I'm saying? The Zimbabweans, you know what I mean? Everybody participated and contributed to your enslavement.
So I get from it.
Go
So
ahead.
just to add to that, I know all y'all watched the Woman King movie. What was going on in that movie is exactly what happened in the slave trade with it. And don't think that they were actually enslaving their own people. They knew exactly where to go and get their slaves. This is the reason why a lot of these African countries gained so much success and so many riches through the slave trade. I don't know if y'all realize that the Nigerians were very successful in the slave trade. This is why they're so powerful in Africa right now.
Damn right.
So, you know, just Blacks, we got to stop being so small-minded to think that, you know, we Africans and to, you know, put on dashikis and all that. You still take yourself out of the culture. You're still slaves to Africa, even though you're not even in Africa.
Damn right. And what you bringing out is so heavy because we are voluntarily being enslaved in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want African masters. You know what I mean? It's like yeah, well, they're going to be better than the white man. Now, are you out of your rabbit mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Ain't nobody going to treat us better. When they had that whole come back home movement, when they had that whole come back to Africa, my brother, we're sorry that we sold you to the white man. And brothers and sisters fell for that crap. They ran over to Africa in flocks and droves. You know what I'm saying? Got over there and said, I'm home, and threw their passports in the ocean. And then 3 months later, they said it was hundreds of niggas on the beach swimming through the ocean trying to find their goddamn passport. You know, goddamn well, that passport that got washed away and ate by all types of sea creatures. That passport is gone, but they went going swimming like, I knew I threw it around here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, Africa is not the black man's paradise. It's the African's paradise. You know what I'm saying? And even with it being Africa, Africa is not a country that you came from. It's a continent that you were taken off of by your enemies, that you were herded up on and taken off of by your enemies. There are over 50 to 100 different countries inside of Africa. They got thousands of different dialects. They got thousands of different tribes. They got thousands of different traditions. Which one are you? Even you so-called blackity blacks and conscious this and Egyptology that and RBG this and Pan-African that, where you come from? And if you tell me Africa, you the most ignorant, you one of the most ignorant people I've ever met. So you mean to tell me you come from a continent? Where in the continent did you come from? What country? What tribe? What was your original dialect? What God?
Right.
Did you wash yourself in pee, or did you eat boo-boo? Which one you do? Did you got the rings on your neck? You got the plate in your lip? Which one was? You got the pop, the little look like you're shot in the head with the BB gun marks on your head, like
mosquito meat.
The mosquito meat.
Mosquito meat.
Right, mosquito meatloaf. You want to say something?
Somebody, I was just gonna say that's just so heavy that you even bring that out, because it's like even dogs, you know, in America. Like America bring dogs from Germany called German Shepherds, and you never, as long as we got 1 million German Shepherds in America, they've never been translated back into the word American Shepherds. They still German Shepherds to this day.
Right.
Like German Shepherds are German Shepherds no matter what.
Right.
Even a German Shepherd has his own culture. Even a Siamese whatever has his own culture. You know, a Boston Terrier has his own. Like blacks and Hispanics are so, like, our mind is so simple to the fact that we're going to be called whatever the master tells us we call. Like even a dog who has a master still get called by his master, his culture. But a black man and a Hispanic man, or a Native man in America, we still are lost of our identity, and that just lets you know how wicked America and how deceitful that America has been to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
If I may, I just wanted to, since we're talking about Africans so heavy, I just want to bring y'all, like in the book, in the Zondervan Compact Dictionary.
Please,
and I read that definition.
Oh, please,
just to give the information so people can know we're not African.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is according to people who's done the research. You know what I'm saying? And also according to the Bible. This is the Zondervan Compact Dictionary. It says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Of the what?
Of the dark races.
Progenitor means forefather, founder. He is the establishment of the bloodline of the dark races. Go ahead.
Not the Negro.
Who?
Not the Negro.
Wait. You mean that this man was the progenitor of all the dark races on the planet? He's the reason that there's all these dark-skinned people on the planet, but not the Negroes. Well, what dark-skinned people are they talking about, Irish?
But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
So he is the progenitor of the African.
Right.
Not the Negroes. We are Semitic. We came from Shem. You know what I mean? We didn't come from Ham. You know what I mean? When they say Semitic, that means Shemitic. And actually, you know who else came from Shem, right? The so-called white man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy. They hear us say we have more in common ancestrally with the white man than we do with Africans, because we come from the same progenitor as the white man. Now, is Esau our brother? Hell no. He used to be back in the day, but he's no longer our brother. Why do you think they want to be like us so bad?
Right.
They don't imitate. They imitate very few other people on this planet. You may get a couple of them that go and study Kung Fu and then they want to be a Zen master. You know what I'm saying?
What that movie was Tom Cruise played in?
Last Samurai?
Yeah, I hear The Last Samurai. He's white.
Come on, man. They the last everything. You leave it on it. Look, Paul Mooney said it best. He said he wanted to make a movie called The Last Nigga on Earth, starring Tom Hanks. You know what I'm saying? They're the last Mohican. They're the last samurai. Of course, right. If they got rid of us, they would be the last nigga on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they want to be like us. Like I say, they'll go and imitate a couple. You know, like they want to be a samurai martial arts master. but black people do the same damn thing. It's so many Bruce Leroys out here. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Or they want to be Mexican. They go to the barrio and they, what's up, Holmes? You know what I mean? And they want to be this, they want to, but the thing that they want to be the absolute most is you, black man.
Right.
You, black woman, to the point where they hate your guts because they cannot, no matter how much they try, they cannot quite get that imitation of you down. You'll meet a white man that'll fool you into thinking that they're native. You know what I'm saying? You'll meet a white man that'll fool you into thinking that they're Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? But what you cannot meet is a white boy that will ever make you think that he's a native. You call him a wigger. You look at Eminem, what Nas say, Eminem, my favorite wigger nigga friend. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's the best they'll get. They'll never be like him.
They can identify now. You remember, they can identify as black now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Like that reminds me of a dude on Facebook or TikTok. I forget what it was. He said he was identified as a 35-year-old white man.
White man, right?
Hey, that was hilarious.
Hey, and for real, they just caught this so-called social activist. We got this story in there. So we can skip over. We might be able to skip over to that story real quick. You know what I mean? Time goes so fast on this podcast, man. Y'all understand? We got a whole list of stories that we want to go down, but it's just time goes so fast.
Right.
Man.
Go ahead. Real quick, while we was talking about the Proud family, and them acknowledging that we built America and everything. I just want to. I pulled up this quick story real quick just to give our people a reminder that, you know what I'm saying, we are slaves still to this day, and America don't care about black people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, please.
So you know the war in Ukraine, right?
Right.
It's still going on, but it's not as prominent and popular as it was, you know, happening last year. But February, just this past February, it made 1 year since Russia invaded Ukraine.
Right.
And I pulled up numbers, and for all of the people, our people who try to say we want reparations for the slavery, we want money. So I pulled up this number, and this is so like crfb.org. In 1 year since America invaded Ukraine,
Russia.
So like since Russia invaded Ukraine, the Congress has approved $113 billion to Ukraine in 1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
And they
built $113 billion.
They gave $113 billion to the Ukraine, right? And they just took your little $95 off your goddamn EBT card. They give it for the COVID relief. You know what I mean? They can't give you $95 a month, but they can do $1.13 billion for the Ukrainian people. Want to know why? Because it don't matter. Look, I agree with what Chris Rock used to say back in the day. He said, look, we ain't got time to separate you. He said, look, if you, he even said Ukraine, he said, you're a Hungarian, you're a Hungarian cracker. You're Polish, you're a Polish cracker. He said, you from the Ukraine, you're a Ukrainian cracker. You're a Russian cracker. All right? We don't care what part of Eastern Europe or Europe you come from. You still a white man. Regardless of where you've been settled in the world, wonder how we know that? Because you help each other. You war with each other, but you help each other. You better believe if Russia today stopped fighting in the Ukraine and made peace with them people, if China attacked Russia, guess what America would do? They'd be right over there hand in hand with Putin defending Russia from the Chinese. And they'll be sending $1.13 billion over to Russia to help Russia. But right now, Russia's the grand enemy. They're the big evil. Yeah, they're the big evil until some yellow people go and attack them. They're a big evil until some brown skin or dark skinned people go and attack. Let the Middle Eastern people start suicide bombing in Russia. You know what I'm saying? Let South Africa, let not South Africa just join with Russia, but let's say like name a random, let's say Ethiopia combined with Zimbabwe and Uganda and Nigeria and all these modernized countries over there, and let's say that they combine together and they attack Russia. Guess what the hell is going to happen? America, Russia, the European Union, Ukraine, all of them are going to get together and they are going to fight against Africa in them African countries. They defend each other. They help each other. The only people that don't combine together as one to help each other are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American, also known as the children of Israel.
Right. If I may, it's funny that everybody knows that the threat is the Western world. You know, that word right there is one of the things that Christianity beats up on so much and try to make it seem like that, you know, God loves the whole world. Even when they understand where the threat is, they understand that there's a different world that is threatening other people.
Right.
And they don't, but they the same ones who don't understand that when God so loved the world, he meant Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians because we are a different culture than the rest of the world. You understand?
Damn right. You know what I mean? That's why anybody got anything left? All right, so come on, Ross, let's move on to the next article.
Come. Next up on the latest, to my favorite cotton picker.
Good night. Yo, and it's just so fitting that this is the next article. You know what I mean? You see how these rolling? All this news rolls in together. It's like, you know, we can't, you would think that we doing this on purpose, right? We not do. America is doing this. There's a theme to everything. America goes in themes. The Lord has set it up so Black people, you just can't keep denying it. If you keep denying it, you got mental health issues. Okay, is you crazy?
That's when we got them 50% off tickets to come over to America.
That is damn right. Right. That's how you ended up on the damn boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, go ahead.
It's like I was just gonna break out, you know, brother, Officer Ron, Officer of 1,000 out of Chicago school. He brought up an excellent point in one class. He said, you know, a brother or a Black Hispanic, whatever that has a mental illness, say something like schizophrenia or multiple person disorder. You know, if they come by you talking, you know, to somebody else or say they somebody else, you gonna say that brother got a mental illness. You know, that brother's sick. But when someone who dates the same sex marriage or a woman that's dating a woman, they identify as a man. So when a woman identifies as a man or somebody else other than what she should be, nobody looks at that as a disease. They look at it like, oh yeah, if she want to be a man, she can be a man. Which really is just a big disease. It's the same kind of disease as somebody who walking past you, you knowing his name, Frederick. He walking past talking about, yeah, my name's Dan. Yeah, I'm Dan. I'm Dan. But when a woman walk past you, a clear cut woman walk past you and say, yeah, I'm Big Brad. That ain't Brad. The woman is totally messed up in the head that she's sick. You know what I'm saying?
They even worse if you really think about it, because this person with schizophrenia only thinks that he's somebody else. These people are actually living that lifestyle as if they're somebody else. That is the major sickness right there.
That really is. Like, come on, man. Look, I know you want to bleach your skin. You know what I mean? I know you want to do some reverse collagen instead of inject it in your lips. You want to suck the fat out your lips. You know what I mean? I know a lot of you sisters want to cut your butt off. You know what I mean? Get rid of them curls, have good old pancake butt. You know what I mean? I know you're trying to perm your hair in a way and damage it so it'll constantly be droopy and dead instead of sticking up to the sky like it's supposed to. You know, I know you want to do all these horrible, disfiguring things to yourself. You see, like, I mean, look at Lil' Kim. You know, and I just bring the sister up because she's a prime example of what it seems like our sisters and brothers want to do to themselves. Michael Jackson and Lil' Kim. Those are two examples of how you look inside. You know what I'm saying? You wish you could bleach your skin, do all types of things to your features and your hair, and just be like our oppressors. That's your ultimate goal. Well, I'm sorry, no matter what you do, no matter how much surgery you have, no matter how much you deny your people, no matter how much you talk like them, walk like them, and try to associate them, they know that you are Black. Right. It don't matter. You can't change it. Accept it. Dance to it. You got rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Some of them got, yeah, some of the, I be
the oppressors.
Man, even the oppressors be having some more rhythm. I was looking at, I'm sorry, bro, sisters, I look at some of y'all on y'all be on TikTok doing them stupid dances. Oh my God. I'm sorry, sister, you can't dance. You can't dance. That's why you're half naked doing it, because you can't dance. That's why you like them TikTok dances. And you actually, I used to work with a sister. She used to sit at work practicing them damn TikTok dances until she actually got it down packed and then did a damn TikTok dance video. Like, y'all really trying to do them little, and them dances are made up by Asian women. It's a little Asian girl that makes up all them TikTok dances, and she filthy rich. While you're broke behind sitting there practicing that shit in the mirror. Like, come on, man. Anyway, now I digress. Let's get to some more of this good medicine. This is good medicine right here.
Yeah, right.
Now, you already took the medicine from Gilbert, right? He already said that all you niggas are hate group. Black people are, as a whole, we're just a hate group. We're not even a race now.
The whole people is a hate group.
The whole people. He said the black race. He said black people are a hate group. That was his whole thing. So all of us are a hate group. Even you butt kissers. Even you brown noses.
Even the one with the blonde hair, blue-eyed guy. Caesar Borgia in their house sitting on the wall.
Even with the Caesar Borgia sitting in their house. Even you ones that are married white women, the married white men. You know what I mean? The ones that did all the plastic surgery. The ones that can pass. You know what I mean? As you can pass for white. You no, come on back over here. You're a hate group. You're part of the UPK.
Southern Poverty Law Center.
Right. So going to the Southern Poverty Law Center, you're part of us. So you know what you need to do? Come get it all black. Do your 3 months if you're a brother. Do your 6 months if you're a sister. Get your Hebrew name. Start learning some Hebrew. Learn your culture. And let's get up out of this place. Because according to what's his name, Adams, the creator of Dilbert, you're a hate group anyway.
Right. Yeah, you're white woman. Things are gonna be a little different now.
Things are gonna be a little different, Becky.
So like it's so heavy. I gotta throw this in because I saw this morning. Mm-hmm. Everybody saw the John Jones fight last night, and I did not know this man. He went to the side of the ring and kissed his white woman.
Yep.
You know, Pat Mahomes. Derrick Rose. You look at all these brothers who's making millions of dollars now, and so prominent in the black neighborhood as far as what they were able to do, entertainment wise. And the first thing you see them do is run into their oppressor, going to put their tongue down their throat.
Like your balls. I didn't know. Derrick Rose got a lassie.
Oh yeah. He lassie got a lassie. Y'all, he all the way lassie got. Ain't got lassie kids.
Yeah, he got the syndrome.
Derrick Rose, man, look. I remember when Derrick Rose was in high school. Mm-hmm. Derrick Rose grew up in Inglewood. Anybody that comes to Chicago, I know y'all hear about 600 and Old Block and all that. You know, that's all fine and well. Those are terrible areas and projects. But Inglewood, I lived in Inglewood for a little while.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? When I was in Inglewood, I did things that you wouldn't look at me and believe that I did while I was in Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? Inglewood, where Derrick Rose grew up in, is terrible. Right. It's horrible. And you know what you don't see over in Inglewood? White people. Can I say that?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm not saying white as in W-H. I'm talking about, like White Walkers, like off of Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
W-I-G-H-T.
I thought that's the word we was using anyway. White Walkers.
White Walkers. Yeah. Right. You know what you don't see in Inglewood? White Walkers. You don't see White Walkers over there. Okay. If you do see a White Walker, they're a social worker, they're some type of school counselor, they're a substitute teacher that don't know where they are. They're definitely police. They're definitely the po-po. But you know what they're not? They're not your neighbor.
Right.
They're not sitting next to you.
Right.
If you do see them walking on the streets in the neighborhood looking toe up, they crackheads. They coming to get that good dope. They coming to get that 2 for $5. You know what I'm saying? They coming to get that 4 for 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So for a brother like Derrick Rose, all these brothers, man, like when around Christmas time, I was just at my barbershop talking about this. Around Christmas time, they took a picture of the LA Clippers. You know what I'm saying? And they took a picture with all their wives. The 5 main players on the team took pictures with their wives. And the 5 main players is 4 black dudes and a white boy. And in that picture, you had 4 white women and a black woman. The 4 black dudes had 4 white women, and the white boy had a black woman. Now, if that ain't psychologically, spiritually, and physically just off, thank the water. I couldn't even think of the word. My brain is short-circuited with that one. Like how. You know what I'm saying? Each of them brothers got a white wife, and then the white boy got a black wife. Come on, man. If that don't speak to the condition of America, if that don't speak to the condition of our neighborhood, we go out and get the most plain Jane looking ass white chick you can find. And the black sister that was in that picture was the most beautiful woman in that picture. Shorty was fine. And she married to a dog. But them brothers are all considered athletic, well-built, they're in great shape, handsome men, and they're married to dogs. You see how we don't value ourselves the right way? You see how we belittle ourselves? And because of that, we end up in situations like this article right here.
And Sluggy, just while he finna go into it, that's why I say to my favorite cotton picking. You know, we know the next word. Cotton picking nigga. That's the same thing he was just talking about with those black, with the white woman. This is their favorite cotton picking niggas, and that's what this story is also about.
And if I may real quick,
please do.
Lucky. And just like what you saying, sir, like them white women that got them black athletes, it was like they had a choice to choose that black man.
Yeah.
They could have chose any athlete. Yeah. They could have, you know what I'm saying, offered themselves up on a platter and said, you know, come take me.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But they chose him because that's their favorite.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's their favorite. They see a good buck in him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a disgusting thing to see. And I'm glad we got articles like this to make these things prevalent and to make it obvious that the condition that we in. In 2023. 500 years later, after we was actually cotton picking.
Right.
We still got.
Ain't that a bit? And if I could, Oz, what you bring it out is so heavy because, like you said, they chose them brothers. You know what I mean? And the reason they chose them brothers because they know this: the average white athlete would not pick them. They're going to go for something a little finer than them on the white scale of things. You know what I mean? Now, these black athletes, they have their pick of the finest black women the earth has ever seen.
Right.
And they'll go and get the top of the mid-tier to the most average-looking white women that the world has ever seen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look, and I was talking about this in my barbershop. Here's a prime example. May he rise again, Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Kobe Bryant, with all of that money, all of that fame, women considered him handsome. You know what I mean? He had his pick of the litter wherever he went. But when he went down to Colorado, he picked the most average-looking, backwater, nasty whore that he could find in the entire state of Colorado. When they examined this woman's panties, they said she had like 4 or 5 different semens in her panties. That means she slept with 4 to 5 different men unprotected within the same 2 to 3 days, because sperm only has like a 2-day lifespan outside of the body. So that means that within 2 days, she slept with at least 5 men, and out of all 5 of those semens, none of them were Kobe Bryant. But that's what Kobe went down and damn near ruined his marriage with, and damn near lost half his money for it.
He got a beautiful wife too. I don't even know why he would even want to even switch up to a dog when your wife is so gorgeous.
Exactly. But you know what? I know why he would switch up. And I mean, I know why he would go out of his marriage and because men are built to have multiple wives. We're built for that. Men are built to have. I'm sorry, ladies. I hate to tell you this. You know, it's just a natural thing in nature. You've never had a man that has been faithful to you. Every man you've had in your life has stepped out on you at some point, whether you know it or not, because men are not built for monogamy. Period, point blank. Multiple wives is natural. Okay? So Kobe Bryant, and like you said, and you know, I was in the world, I was like, man, why did you see his wife? I'm like, why would he go out and do that? But what I'm saying, why would he go out and do that? I got a fine woman, and I'm over here with another fine woman. You know what I mean? Well, you know why Kobe would do it? The same reason I do it. Because men like multiple women.
Right.
We're built for multiple women. How do you raise a nation? How did our nation get built? Right. You had one man that had multiple wives, that had multiple sons, and then those multiple sons had multiple wives, that had multiple sons, that had multiple wives. Get it?
Right. Damn right.
That's how a nation is built. It's you stack them up, you stack blocks like Tetris. What the hell can I say? You know what I'm saying? It ain't for everybody, but it is for a lot of us. You know what I mean? But I digress off of that. I'm just saying, man, brothers, when you go into that world, I know when you come in college, first thing they throw to you is a nice dorm room and a bunch of white women. Take the dorm room, kick the white bitches out. Go ahead, Rod.
I want to say, sir, like it's gotten to a point where our younger generation is a prime example. Dwayne Wade's son is what a so white boy, transgender.
Yeah.
Like he's gotten to that point where he just don't know what he's doing, and the only like great person, like great partner he wants to be with is with a transgender white, I don't know,
girl. Look, I'm gonna call it what it is. Dwayne Wade's son is a prime example. He's a black boy that wants to be a black girl that's with a white girl that wants to be a white boy. At the end of the day, guess what he got? A white woman. It don't matter what they try to nip, tuck, cut, add on, so on and so on. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's just another black, that's another black person with a white person. That's another black boy with a white girl. That's Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. Anybody? Let's get to that article.
Okay. To my favorite con picker. California school district under fire after black parents claim their children received racist handmade cards from classmates.
Good night.
Now, can we read that first? Just this first part of it.
Oh, please do.
Just read the first part.
Please do.
Can I respond to that first part though? Just like Maya just said, here's what we got out of Martin Luther King's dream.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we got by wanting to be, equal with the white man. The white man does not care about your equality. Right. He cares about his race being one. He cares about his supremacy of his people and not yours. And we still sit here in 2023 not understanding that after Martin Luther King said he sent us into a burning house, that we're still going to stay in that house that's burning down. This is what I don't understand, and this is what's going to continue to happen. We're going to keep reading stories about racist white boys and girls sending letters to our little sons and daughters, because now it started in the womb from Esau and Jacob.
Yep.
And it's in the womb now, and these oppressors is teaching their kids how to be racist from the time they learn how to say Google Gaga until they're able to be hunters and be able to hunt you down the streets.
Right. Damn right. Anybody else want to add on that?
Yeah, I just wanted to read just this first part of it, just so he can just to get some of the meat on this, just to about right there.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Parents are demanding action and answers from school officials after their black children receive handmade cards with parents are calling racist language in a 6th grade class.
And I just want to reiterate what class was it?
6th grade.
6th grade class. Keep going. Go ahead.
Okay. At Pepper Tree Elementary School in Upland, California.
Go ahead. Keep reading.
This month.
What month?
This month.
Now, mind you, this article was February 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the month of February? The month of February was what the America's so-called Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, like, this is the things that our oppressors do to us to let us understand that you have no power in America.
Right.
These are the things. Not only do our oppressors do it to us, but their kids know how to also do it. In a month that you cherish as a Black or a Christian, a Black person, you cherish the month of February to be Black History Month, where the oppressor's child is cherished and making you look like a fool in during Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Their kids. This is 6th grade. Just read this last part for me.
Okay. This series of drawing reads, "You're my favorite monkey."
You're my what?
You're my favorite monkey.
They must wear Gucci.
Baby Nates.
Baby Nates, right. Go ahead.
And to my favorite con picker.
That's just so heavy. Like, this article is a heavy article, but on top of it, it just, as a Like you should want to come to the ISUPK at the School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
You can see things. You're never going to get a difference in America. You know, you're never going to be equal to, a so-called oppressor unless you get into the school of the ISUPK. It's never going to happen. Not only do the Bible say it, but science teaches. World things that happens in the world shows, you will never be equal to your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know how to. You know what I'm saying? We have the fortunate ability to have a man like Commander Jeremy Hunter above us that teaches us how we're going to be not equal, but greater than every nation on this earth. That's a Black, Hispanic, and Native American. That's right. That's what we have. And it's better than gold, money, anything that you could ever have. That's the knowledge and the wisdom that we have. It's the wisdom that Solomon had, that we, at one point in time in our life, pray to the Most High that we have. So,
Right. So, like, this is just a testament to what like children had to deal with during the so-called civil rights movement. When, you know what I'm saying, we had Black schools and we had like a Black community, but the wicked leadership of the civil rights movement wanted to integrate us into the white schools and infiltrate us into the white society and take us out of our own culture. And then you put the adults may be able to understand what's going on and maybe understand the wickedness and the evil things that's going on with like the other nations. But you put it on the children, and that's like a whole nother beast. Like, because children can't defend themselves. Right. What is a child supposed to think when they see the other child that they think, they at school, they're supposed to be learning. They didn't woke up early in the morning to go and, learn and think and you know what I'm saying, learn what they're supposed to be learning. And this is what they see at their school. And this is supposed to be, like you said, Black History Month. Right. So I guess they did get some Black History that day. Damn right. They got some Black History that day, and hopefully it can be a wake-up call for even the children. Because obviously, if they wasn't taught by their parents that the white man is the devil, they learned that day. Yeah, right. They learned that day.
If I could just add to what you're saying, which is so heavy. What grade is this again?
Sixth grade.
Sixth grade. Now they don't teach about slavery in schools no more because they try to get us away from even knowing about slavery. So where's these little white kids learning this stuff from? Somebody's teaching them. So it has to come from the same racist fucking bastards at home that's teaching them everything else. They teaching them that little black boys are monkeys. Right. So this is telling you how diluted. If you think that we're not still in slavery, if you jakes out there who believe that you still are not in slavery anymore, this is exactly what the Bible said. Right. That they was gonna have you in chains until they can take you out of those chains, and you believe that you already destroyed. Right. So they don't have to put you in chains. Right. Now we at the point where we got to change, and we more destroyed than we was when we was in chains.
Right. And to add on to your point, and to add on to what Ash just said, Ash, you know what they thinking? The little black kids in that class are looking around at their little white counterparts, and they're thinking, "That's my friend, Billy. That's my friend." Or how can I be friends with him? The little white kids are thinking, "That's my favorite cotton picking monkey." That's what they think. That's my favorite cotton picker. I'm better than them. My daddy said that I'm better than them. My mommy told me that they're just niggas. My mommy and my daddy said one day I'm going to rule over them. I'll be their boss. You know what I mean? While the black kid is thinking, my mom and dad said everybody should get along. Right. My mom and dad said we shouldn't hate them even though they just called me a monkey.
God so loved the world.
God so loved the world. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between the black mentality and the white mentality. We're trying to get along with everybody. They're trying to rule over everybody. There's a distinct difference in the thinking and the upbringing. We grow up in submissive households. Even in the most militant households, before the ISUPK, the most militant households that you would find out here were still submissive to white people. You know what I'm saying? In the ISUPK, we raise free children. We are free men and free women in this organization, and we raise our children to be free.
That's right.
We teach our people how to be free. What you're looking at here on this podcast and any UPK broadcast that you see are free men.
That's right.
And we get the respect from our oppressors that you do not. You better believe, yeah, we go out on the corner and blatantly say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And you know what some of them say? Hey, you're right, we are devils. You know what? I may not agree with you, Darky, but I respect your right to say what you're saying. And they say, you know what? We may not respect you, honky, but we respect the respect you're giving us.
And thanks for the boot kiss.
And thanks for the boot kiss. We go out and get our oppressors to kiss our boots, and you all call it disgusting. You know what I mean? You all call it ignorant and disgusting and reverse racism and say, I saw some brother, you know, only the ISUPK should be allowed to do podcasts.
Right.
I'm sorry. Some brother took a clip of our brothers down in, oh my God, which camp was it? I think it was the Memphis camp. It took a picture from the Memphis camp getting a boot kiss, and it was a white couple, and both of them bowed down and kissed the boots of the prophets.
Right.
They kissed every boot of every brother out there. The couple did. And then this black dude comes out to me. You know who I feel sorry for the most in that video? The white people. You feel more. And I feel so. First off, I feel bad for the white people in that video. And then everybody, and then the black people too, everybody in the video is just this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 racism, this, and discrimination, that. Nigga, shut your goddamn mouth.
Right.
The first people it's very telling when you show a video of white people saying, yes, we are wrong for enslaving you. Yes, we do feel bad for police shooting you down in the street, for putting drugs in your community, for taking your fathers out of your home, for completely destroying you and deceiving you mentally, spiritually, and physically. We feel bad for what our people have done, and you are right. We are wretched and disgusting and owe you an apology. And to make up for it, they follow what the Bible says, and they kneel down, they bend the knee, and kiss the boot. It's in the Bible, you idiot.
Right.
And they follow what the scriptures say, because they want to get some mercy. They want the Lord to show mercy on them and their bloodline, and at least allow their bloodline to serve us for 1,000 years before they're eliminated. You know what I'm saying? But you idiot, Salakia, brother, idiot, brother. I don't know which one to call you first, so I'll call you both. My idiotic brother. Gonna talk about, first off, you know, I feel the most sorry. I feel sorry for the white people the most. So that just goes to show you're nothing but a good slave.
Right.
Your kid will get called my favorite cotton picker. And you'll go to your kid and say, well, hey, son, at least he said you're his favorite. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You're my number one monkey, boy. Well, at least he said you're number one. You're ahead of the rest of them. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You looked at a video of them doing what the Lord said that they would do in the last days, which is bow down and lick the dust and kiss the boot. And you feel sorry first for the white people. Then you feel sorry for all the black people who are destroyed by racism. Mm-hmm. No, you're looking at brothers who were built up and freed of racism.
So, if you hate us for doing it, then you better hate Christ too, because that white woman bowed her face down into the
That's right.
Right. He said, yes, the master eyes a dog. To receive a crumb. She got her crumb like a good servant. Like those Edomites you see bowing down, kissing our boots, they're going to get their crumb. They're going to get their crumb. That's why they're doing it. Because in their spirits, they know they're like, damn, what these niggas are saying is true. I feel it somewhere deep in here. I feel it. I don't want to look like Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather survive and serve these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Than get beheaded by Christ. They get beheaded in front of Christ, or get your flesh burnt off your goddamn body in nuclear fire. And have your bloodline completely, totally eliminated off the earth. That way you can't regenerate, you can't reincarnate, you're done. These Edomites you see bowing and kissing our boots are seeking favor from not us, but from the Most High. The angels are around recording that. Right. All right. Just like they're recording you feeling sorry for them and talking negatively about us, and just like they're recording these little devils inside of a goddamn 6th grade classroom calling our children cotton pickers and monkeys and niggas. Man, you better get your mind right out. Right. Drop all that crap that you're doing. Find out whatever city you're in, go to isupk.com. Look up your city, call that phone number, get in class, put on all black, destroy that old man that got you out here. I'd rather white people kiss black boots than to continue kissing white behind. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Make that a t-shirt.
Oh, wait.
We make that a t-shirt.
Let's see if we can get that for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's just another representation of what you were saying about a brother, you know what I'm saying, coming up after seeing an act like a white person coming and, you know, acknowledging that the truth is being told and that the truth is becoming evident, you know what I'm saying, about what's been going on with us in this place. That's just another reason to see blatantly that ISUPK under Commander Junior Yohana is the only people who truly love Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Damn right.
No matter if you are part of Christianity, if you are a part of Egyptology, if you are part of the Islam religion faith, I don't give a damn what you call yourself. If you're not in the ISUPK and you only believe that Christ came for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians,
right?
He came for to come and save us,
right?
You don't give a damn about black people.
Right.
We give a damn about black people. Commander Junior Yohana give a damn about black people, man. And that's just the proof right there.
I know y'all already know.
Whatever.
I just got Mariah, you was absolutely on point, man.
What Mariah say?
This really cracked me up. He said,
I see y'all laughing. I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to keep a straight face. They're laughing. I'm like, they're laughing about it. I'm gonna laugh too.
Mariah asked, he said, correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't the white people the ones with small looking monkey lips?
Hey, big up to my prison officer of 500 Mariah. Con.
I gotta get that out, man. I couldn't. We was gonna be chuckling in silence.
Hey,
in the jungle, like
Ace Ventura, right? Hey, Mariah Khan, they are the way. If you look at that horrible Planet of the Apes movie with Mark Wahlberg, the old one was Tawad. You know what I'm saying? The new one was even Tawad. That one with Mark Wahlberg was terrible. But they had the monkey looking like Michael Jackson, and he kissed it like he. But if you really look at the monkey's lips on the average, before they poke them out and blow them up and blow kisses and all that stuff, the everyday monkey lip look like Edomite.
Sound like a 70-year-old white woman.
I'm saying, and the older they get, the more monkey them lips get. When they get all wrinkled and shit, you know what I'm saying? Real thin, you know what I mean? If you ever look, leave a grape underneath the heat lamp. All right, you'll see white lips. Let some fruit start to go bad before it go green and it get all wrinkled, then white lips. Good night. So
he hit that one on the head.
He did hit that one on the head. Hey, it is what it is. Who's the real monkey? Freaking apes. No. Hey, let's go on to the next one real quick.
Next up on the latest, John Morant assault allegations explained. Grizzly star accused of punching 17-year-old flashing gun.
So wait, go ahead, keep going.
More details have emerged regarding John Morant's alleged assault of a minor during a pickup basketball game at Grizzly Star's home.
Damn. Hey, them pickup games get rough. I've been in a couple pickup games. I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down. You know what I mean? Hey, everybody saw the movie Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Pickup games could turn violent. They really can.
So I seen a meme this week about this. And You know how brothers be like, yeah, I'm just trying to get out the hood. They say Ja Morant the only nigga that's trying to get up out the NBA. I'm just trying to get out the NBA. he doing everything in his power to get. He didn't get to it.
Trying to go back to the hood.
He wasn't ever in the hood. He trying to get in the hood. He can get it to it with Shannon Sharp. Now he beating up 17-year-olds, pulling out pistols. Like he trying to be the black Tony Montana now.
Right. So I'm trying to think how he gonna come back from this. How he gonna come back from trying to be portrayed as this big tough guy? You know what I'm saying? He a young dude. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, he a pretty young dude. How you gonna come back from trying to be tough and big and bad? You gonna have to do some groundwork to try to make your, you know what I'm saying, your foundation. Because for right now, you trying to make yourself look out to be a gangster.
Right.
Like you big and bad. Like you really about that. And most brothers who trying to make look like they really about that, them to be the ones that ain't about that.
Damn. Salagia, if I may. Bro. You doing the reverse. Cat Williams got beat up by a 13. Now you beating up 17-year-olds. Can we at least get, all right, here's some advice. If you're an entertainer, fight 21 and above. Okay? We're going to do it like the alcohol limit. You know what I mean? You can't drink before you turn the age 21. You can't fight a celebrity if you're under the age of 21. Like, come on, man. A 17-year-old, I mean, here's the thing, though. If you just slap them up, which, I ain't gonna lie, some young boys really get out of line. These little young boys have been empowered because, we grew up in the era where they had first, second, third place. You know what I mean? If you're not number one, you're a loser. You know what I mean? And anything under third place, you're done. Ain't no fourth and fifth place. You know what I'm saying? So you either won or you lost. You either first or you last. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Bobby. Nowadays, you get a medal for participation trophies. It's some kids at home right now that got a trophy case full of trophies talking about participant. At least you tried. Thanks for showing up. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I got a couple medals at home I had when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? When I actually won. But I ain't got the whole trophy case. When I went, some of my homies were star athletes in school. They got MVP and all this shit. And you know what? They earned it. Them brothers went to practice from sun up to sundown. They lived, eat, and breathe the sports or whatever that they accomplish. If it's music, if it's sports, if it's whatever, that's their life. You moms nowadays are just showing up and getting a trophy for showing up. So I understand, I don't condone it. We don't condone child abuse inside of the UPK.
Right.
Let me qualify that. Okay. We do condone self-defense in the UPK. Now, there are some of these 17-year-olds out here, they will rob you and shoot you and kill you. Let's not get it confused or twisted.
I just asked about Pop Smoke. May he rise again. That's a brother who, about 16-year-old, 17-year-old, he lost his life too.
So, right. So don't get me wrong. In the right heated situation, a 17-year-old can get his head detached from his shoulder. You can melt his chin. You know what I'm saying? Melt it onto his neck. So you look like this for me. You know what I'm saying? However, though, Ja Morant, at the point where you done smacked the brother up, you ain't got to flash the hammer.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's just be for real. Go ahead.
Why do Ja Morant got the hammer on him? He's a star. He's a man with the skills. You know what I'm saying? Like their prime example, man. Ja Morant's supposed to be like a 2.0 Derrick Rose, right? He's supposed to be like he can jump out the gym. You know what I'm saying? He like a floor gym. He a whole package. He the man that's the man that's about to turn up his career. Why he the one who got the flash of gun anyway? This lets you know that he don't have the right brothers around him. He don't have the right leadership around him.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he's lacking.
That's a big fact.
And I understand he had a father that was in his life and that raised him up to be this great ball player and everything. But one thing he didn't teach him was how to conduct himself as a man.
There you go.
That's one thing he didn't show him, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So
that's all. God darn man. At the end of the day, that's one thing that you are taught in the UPK is how to be a man, how to live your life and conduct yourself like a man is supposed to. You know what I mean? We don't pull guns on teenagers. You know what I'm saying? We don't beat women. We don't do this. We don't break laws. We don't do all these things. And we put ourselves in a situation where, listen, I don't walk past a group of 17-year-olds, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids on my block. You know what I'm saying? Or they done been walking around. Hell, some of them killed a little dude right in front of my building. You know what I mean? Did a run by on him, gunned the little cat down. And he died with his gun, his hand on his gun. Trying to pull his gun, he died. And I've seen the same little group, and I know who did it. You know what I mean? I'm familiar with I suspect who did it. Yeah, I can't say I know, but I suspect. But I walk past these same brothers, and you know what when they walk past me, they, hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, how you doing? They speak to me. They speak to me with respect, especially once they see this Hebrew Academy cover on. They look, and they're like, oh, there's something different about this cat. You know what I mean? They speak to me with respect because I walk around with masculinity. And I walk around with a sense of authority that is given to me by the Most High. You know what I mean? And they can't deny it. They don't know why they respect it. They don't know why they look. Sometimes they look confused when they speak to me. They don't know why they speaking to me. But you know what I mean? John Morant, man, listen. If you're not from the ghetto, what they say? If you ain't from the ghetto, don't come to the ghetto. Stay out of the ghetto. Stay in your lane now. Be a good example of what a black man can be that has opportunities heaped on his lap. Start some foundations for kids. Right. Start some programs to get kids out the ghetto. Be a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Use your strengths. Like you grew up in the suburbs and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You not from the gutter. The men that are in front of you right now are from the gutter. You not from the gutter like we are. You ain't got friends and family members that were gangbangers and gang leaders. You didn't have to sell drugs. You didn't have to rob and steal and do some of the things that we did to come up. You know what I'm saying? And to try to make something and make money. You know what I mean? Watching our parents struggle and things. You didn't have to go through that. So don't put yourself in a position to go through that now. Like you said, you trying to get out of the NBA and into the hood. Hey, come on, Nick. Just go ahead.
It's a lot if I may. You know, your job is to play basketball. It's to be on that court. You understand? The Lord has commanded Junior Holla the responsibility to be the earth CEO of sending niggas to the ghetto. Right. When we go to the ghetto, we're going to do something good in the ghetto. We're going to wake our people up. We're going to feed our people with clothes. Right. You're going to the ghetto to create a name. Right. You understand? We're not going to the ghettos to create a name. We're going to the ghettos to wake up our brothers and sisters who is oppressed in those ghettos.
Damn right. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's all right. We go to the ghetto every day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A lot of we need to go right now. So. Yeah, I was saying.
Live,
you know what I'm saying?
We live in the ghetto.
Tonight, if I could, this is the latest podcast coming to you every first Sunday of the month at 12 p.m. Gary, Indiana, live in the ghetto. We, you know what I'm saying? We ain't downtown, Gary. We ain't east suburb, Gary, nigga. We in the hood. We in the ghetto. If you see the gas station across the street down there, some of you will be afraid to get out your goddamn car. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it go down over here where we at.
Yeah, right. The 24-hour gas station is what he's from.
Right, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? 8 p.m. start. But the pumps are on all night. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, hey, yo, let's cut the nonsense, man. You know what I'm saying? There's too many of you brothers that are affluent positions and you want to be like hood niggas when hood niggas really want to be like you. You know what I'm saying? Let's just stop the nonsense, man. You know what I'm saying? We wish we could be where you at. If I had your money, John Morant, you know how beautiful this truth would be? Yeah, we would be broadcasting this show live from somewhere, our own studio, in our own building, where it would be hundreds of brothers stacked up in a barracks in here. We'd have food going out to the homeless. We'd have a counseling center up in here. We might even have a goddamn clinic in this mall. If I had John Morant money, But you want to take Ja Morant money and use your freedom to run around the plantation all crazy and then go and fight 17-year-olds and pull a gun on them, man. Man, get up out of it. You don't get no love and respect for that. Get your mind right. You know what you need to do, Ja? Come to ISUPK.com. Right. Find the local school that's in your city and in your area. Humble your spirit down. Put on all black. Get into class. Then you will get that hard sense of hardcore-ship that you're looking for. You'll find it in the UPK.
That's right.
You'll find that masculinity. You'll find that manhood. You'll find that thing that you're missing that got you out here trying to beat up and rob 17-year-olds. Before they got on. I'm sorry. Any more on that?
No, that's basically it.
All right, let's get to our last story, then we're gonna wrap it up.
Come. Last story on the latest. The brat, 48, is pregnant, expecting a rainbow baby with wife Jessica Judy.
You know, one of y'all, if you could.
It said expected a rainbow baby with wife. That's what I heard. This is the part I never understand, right? And this just lets you know how disgusting. Like, this is a disgusting place. Like, it says with wife. Like, both of these two ain't women. How could you ever make a baby with two women? How could you ever two men make a baby? Two women, it just doesn't happen. So by you to put this on here, this inspires another woman to say, I can have a baby with another woman. This inspires a man to say, I can have a baby with another man. When everybody knows everybody knows that this can't happen. It's not true. Right. So why say she's having a baby with a wife? Right. Like, is this to make it okay? Like, it throws off the fact that not only can a woman can be with a woman, because now that's old news now. Because now a woman can also have a baby with a woman. Right. Like, that's the new news. It just shows you how destroyed this. Like, America is the worst. I mean, this might be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah.
Hey, Sodom and Gomorrah ain't got shit on America. You know what I mean? Let's be friends. So, what the brat has done, her and her girlfriend. Now, listen. First off, the brat ain't really gay, y'all. I'm just gonna let y'all know that. When the brat went to the same, she came to my high school for about a year. You know what I'm saying? My barber's older brother blew her back out before she left. You know what I mean? That was her, they got down and then she got transferred out. So she one of them kids got transferred around a lot. But the brat grew up liking Rod. Then she came out as gay, but then she was dating a man. She got pregnant back in the days. If you look at that ladies' night video with the brat when she came out dressed like a woman, all sexy, she was dating a man that she got pregnant by and ended up losing the baby. Then, even just 2 years ago, she was in some scandal with some reality TV star about sleeping with her husband. And I think she dated ASAP or somebody like that. She dated some rapper. Now she's in a relationship with a woman, and to show you how much of a devil all oppressors are, because of their modern science, they didn't took that the woman she with then had 3 babies already. She said she didn't want to go through pregnancy again. So they took one of her eggs. Now the brat being 48 years old, it's a wrap. Her eggs are wrap. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? So they took one of this woman's eggs and a random sperm donor's sperm. They injected the egg with the sperm and then placed the egg inside of the brat. Go ahead.
It was in the story it said it was an entrepreneur that they knew.
Oh, one of their friends.
Yeah. They knew who he was, even though he wanted to consider himself to be anonymous. He don't want to.
Let's just say they having puppies.
It might be Nick Cannon.
It might be Nick Cannon. Hey, Nick Cannon. I think it's Puffy.
Nick out here.
Nick is out here like that.
They wanted somebody first. They probably said, yeah, let's
they was like,
either Nick or Future.
Look, they was like, hey, Nick. Nick was like, I want to hit that. They was like, no, Nick, we're going to just, you hit the cup. I said, damn. You know what I mean? Right. So an anonymous friend of theirs donated his seed, and then they injected it into the egg. You know what I'm saying? And then put the egg inside of the brat. And now she's pregnant by her wife. So, and they're talking about that so that way the baby's a part of both of them.
Oh, no.
Okay. So that way the baby is a part of, feel like the baby is a part of both of them. Man, if you don't get your ass up out of here with that nonsense, man, listen. Brad, Shorty, sister, cut it out. Let's cut it out. You and that woman ain't gonna make it 5 years. You're gonna give birth to that baby, and you putting your health at risk. At your age, giving birth to a baby is a risk for you. So Lord willing, because this is a sister, you know what I mean? And Lord willing, the sister survives. You know what I'm saying? Her giving birth to this baby at her age. But the other part is, after you give birth to that baby, you and that woman gonna break up. And she's gonna take that baby from you. No, she got 3 kids. She might leave you with the baby because she don't want to have no more kids. So then the brat, within the next 5 years, will possibly be a single baby mama. But her baby daddy is her baby mama. You see the confusion?
And so, like,
Go ahead.
sir, just, even at the end of all of that, what is this child finna endure? What is this child finna learn when it comes into this world from, say even, if they do stay together, how would this kid grow up? What morality would this kid have?
Can I answer your question? I don't want to.
If
I may, that child is going to grow up and learn that they parent, that them 2 women that was supposedly their 2 mothers, whether it's a boy or girl, I don't know. They're gonna grow up and realize that they parents hate them, and they only love themselves. If the child have any sanity in his mind, they're gonna understand that in that situation, it's complete greedy and it's complete just against nature what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the most disgusting thing you can do with all of that, the lab work and all the experiment. You're experimenting, right? That's what you are. You experiment, and it's really disgusting how they do the whole thing. Why can't you do what God said and find a man if you want a damn baby?
That's right.
There's plenty men out here.
And if I may, and that's just, just even piggybacking off what you was bringing out, like, at one point in time, it was a disrespect for a black kid to be called a test tube baby. And that's basically what this kid is going to have to endure growing up. Everybody, so these kids that's at her school gonna say, "Oh, my dad's coming to pick me up." My dad came to my basketball game. My dad came to my football game, and he or she has to be, endowed with all the questions of, "Oh, where's your dad? Oh, I got my dad's my mom." Like, how confused could you make a kid? Like, that's a foolish thing to do. And like you said, that is so selfish on both parts, on the parts of both of them women. I'm not gonna call her Brad. She was fine back then. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's all woman right there.
I ain't gonna lie. Looking at the breast, she aged well. Hey, Brad, listen. If you wanted a baby, sis, all you had to do was come back to Chicago, come to 9909 Roosevelt Road, and ask for my yard. That's all you had to do. Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. Brad been fine. Brad been a beautiful one. That has been a beautiful sister since high school. Since she was in high school, she's aged very, very well and kept herself in shape. Look, man, we could have had some strong kids. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to go out there and get another woman's egg put inside of you. We could have had kids 8 years ago when you were still super fertile. Right. Okay, we could have had kids in your 30s. All you had to do was come to one West Side UBK. You would have got knocked up. I guarantee, even right now, 48 years old, the Lord is with us. We could have one of me or one of these mighty men could have put a baby. You heard the story of Sarah, right? You see what Abraham did, right? You know what I'm saying? Look in the Bible, it's full of it. It's full of priests and prophets of the Lord giving children to women that were past their prime or barren. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't have to go and do this. And it would have been a more magnificent story. They'd have been like, "Who is this Hebrew Israelite with the brat?" The brat's having a hate baby. It would have been a rainbow baby. It wouldn't have been a rainbow baby. She was having a black supremacist baby. All black baby. You know what I mean? Hey, come on, man.
If I could, as well, man, I think Ramon hit on this earlier. Just think how destroyed this baby gonna be, man. Especially if it comes out as a boy and have to look for two mothers for reference of how to be a man in the world. That kid is gonna be really, really messed up. If you know, I just said the statistics already says that we lack success with a woman teaching kids how to be raised or raising a kid up. Now, this kid is gonna be raised by two women, which means whatever statistic that was is probably the numbers is gonna run up with this kid. Right, and it's just sad to hear.
Right.
So, go ahead.
A little bit more on that, like, and the puppet master in that little show that's going on, because that's all they're doing is put on a little show. The puppet master behind that is America and America's philosophies. Like they're setting it up right now with the way Dwayne Wade son is looked at as the world to be so innocent and it's okay. So that child they're hoping that child grows up and is a part of a society that accepts him and that accepts his mother, him to have two mothers, and he won't have to worry about kids talking about their father because he has two mothers, so let's not say that. Let's not talk about your father. They're taking the normality out of life. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason they feel okay with bringing that to the forefront. They feel okay doing it. It ain't like something they trying to put to the side or hide. It's something that's okay. They publishing to the world because they feel like it's okay because of the disgusting and filthy land that we're in, and the disgusting, filthy land that the things that this land allows to happen.
Right. Not only that, they starting to see that Christianity doesn't work anymore for us. So now, how do you emasculate men now? Since now we're starting to realize that book didn't tell us to be masculine. Tell us to be feminine. Right. Now what you do is you allow kids to be brought up into a 2-woman household or a 2-man household, 2 feminine niggas sitting around here with their shirts off every day, and you try to raise a son up to protect and to guide his people. They don't want to see the revolutionary that Christ was when he came. Right. They see that in the ISUPK, and because they see us, they know that they got to step their agenda up a little bit more. Because these niggas is coming to save their people.
Right. And if I could add on to that, number one thing that y'all are doing, Brad, and I don't think you realize it, like I said, with the whole Zion Wade, I'm not gonna call that boy Zion. With Zion Wade being the little confused little fruitcake that he's trying to be. You know what I'm saying? The Brad's gonna raise up a baby. There's a lot that's gonna grow up. I can't say fruitcake, right? It's like I mean, they pass it around on Christmas. It's a fruitcake. Y'all seen the little pineapples and shit on top of it, right? Anyway, it's a cake. It's a cake. It's not a person. It's a cake. Anyway, with Zion growing up to be what he's trying to be, you know, and the Brat's, like you said, if it's a boy, he gonna grow up to be another Zion. You know what I'm saying? What y'all are doing is opening the door for pedophiles. This whole transgender reading in the schools, the whole teaching 2nd and 3rd, kindergarten through 3rd graders, homosexuality and gender identity. Do y'all not see the agenda? Like, are we the only ones? I mean, the Lord said we be the only ones, but I gotta really think, are we the only ones, man? Like, go ahead, Raj.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Corey Holcomb has somewhat of a realization what's going on.
Oh, we gonna end with that, Corey Holcomb. We gonna end with that because we're getting ready to wrap it up. We're a little bit over the time, but listen, y'all are opening the door for pedophilia. All of this crap y'all doing is opening the door for pedophiles. And if you really look at the confusion and the chaos that they're sowing with this, if you look at that picture that we got up on the screen of the Brat and her husband or wife or whatever the hell this chick is supposed to be, remember this: the Brat is the man in the relationship. The Brat is the man of. You got the hat on with the jeans and the jacket. The Brat be dressing fly as hell. On the man's side of things, though. So
the man having a baby.
The man's having a baby. You know what I'm saying? Come on, that lets you know the mental. As I said it before in a previous podcast, and I said in every podcast when we deal with this subject, homosexuality is a mental illness. Period. You got confused women and confused. And listen, for you brothers and sisters out here that are homosexual, I'm not coming at you in a negative way. The ISUPK is concerned about you. Right. Okay, as General Muhammad said, my LGBTQ friends, I'm just trying to be a friend to you. Just trying to let you know there is help. You can go out and receive help. You can come to the UPK and receive help. There is a chance for you. I know you've been oppressed. I know these things have been against you. I know things have confused you in your lifetime, all the rejection and the hurt and the pain. You know what I mean? But come get healed from that. Because other than that, these people are going to put you on some medication. You know what I'm saying? To have you walking around like the Walking Dead every day. And a lot of you are looking like boo-boo the goddamn fool. You know what I'm saying? The brat looks crazy out here. You're the man of your relationship and now you're pregnant. And rubbing your belly. And happy that you're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? You're a woman. You're a woman, shorty. Ain't no way around it. You know what I'm saying? For the brothers out here, I done been around and heard homosexual men in a bad sister walk past, and they, God, dog, make me want to go straight. Wanna know why? Because she fine and you want to be straight, huh? If you really detested women that much, you would not look at a fine sister and talk about make you go straight. And then here's another thing for you, like Commander General Yohana brought out. General Muhammad brought out about WAC 100. You know what I mean? Condoning his wife having a homosexual friend. You know, that homosexual friend that his wife got is sleeping with her when behind his back. A lot of you sisters sleep with your gay friends. How do you think AIDS spread so prominently? AIDS was really a disease that developed out in the homosexual community. Now, if you think it was man-made or whatever, it's targeted homosexuality. And the highest percentage of AIDS is still in the homosexual community, right? So how do you think it spread to the heterosexual community? You had brothers that were on the down low, and you had sisters that were sleeping with their little gay friends when they get an urge and an itch. And those men that call themselves gay, y'all ain't gay. Y'all. You just couldn't find a woman. You just ain't got no game.
Right. He used to say they was ugly and wouldn't touch them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. Look, you ain't had no game, and so you took an alternative route to having game. You know what I'm saying? Well, now come back here and fight the hard battle that we all fight. Right. Fight them 1,000 no's to get that one yes. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out here and you got to be a fucking winner. Excuse my language. A winner does not quit. A winner keeps going. Right. We don't stop because, oh my God, I had a crush on her and she told me no, Rash. She said no. Now I got to go get a man. What kind of nonsense is that? Right. She said, Rash, man, I was chasing Shorty for so long, man. I almost had it, man. She said no. Oh, well. Hey, how you doing, sis? What's your name? Right. You know what I'm saying? Move on.
Lock it if I could. And you know, there is an alternative other than going to be with another man. Mm-hmm. Your alternative is to come into this school and you can have not only one, you can have many women who loves you, not because of how you look, but how you do the word of the Lord.
I couldn't wait to clap to that.
Like he said, yeah, finish that sentence.
Hey, I ain't mad at him. I'm clapping to that too. Look, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know what I mean? Damn right. Ain't no limit. If you can handle 12 wives, get you 12 wives, man. Don't be sitting out here all dejected and sad and depressed and going to blow ride off of because 1 or 2 chicks rejected you. It's brothers in here that can teach you how to have game. We literally walk you out to the club and go and show you how to holler. You know what I'm saying? Or you can watch us hollering. You know what I mean? You can learn how to get you a woman. You got many teachers. You know what I'm saying? What the scriptures say, your teachers will not be removed into a corner any longer. It wasn't just talking about the scriptures. It's talking about manhood in general. Right. You know what I mean? You can learn how to be a man. Come on to the UPK. All right, so like on that note, you know what I'm saying? This is the water for June. Anybody want to go? Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I knew you want to leave that.
Right. Hey, real quick. Well, I said this earlier. Corey Holcomb, brother, my dear brother, you might as well come into the UPK.
Damn,
we got a place for you in here.
That's right.
We agree with you up in here. The things you be saying out of your mouth is what we be saying. You know what I'm saying? You might as well come on in here, get in your all black and join that brotherhood. You got what they say, ALites, kindred spirits, whatever you want to call it, is right up here in the UPK. If we could, we're gonna end the show. We're gonna playing this Corey Hogan clip. If you could, Slakia, please pull that joint up real quick. As a matter of fact, if you could send it over to me so I can put it up on the Clubhouse. You know, for brothers and sisters to get that on Clubhouse. That Corey Holcomb is on point. He always say something, man, look.
And Salakia, if I may, it's been like plenty of things that, you know, and it just lets you know what a spirit is with some brothers. You know, brothers that's not even in the truth. This how you know that, you know, our days are very, you know, close to being, you know, near the time when Christ comes back. Because there's brothers outside of this truth that has this same spirit that not only that we teach every day in the school, but that Christ had, and he don't even know. You know, he just think he just saying stuff because he just a wise man. But you know, he might have been one of the 12 disciples. Who knows?
I would say, hey, Corey Holcomb don't realize that all he got to do is come in and hone his skills, and that brother is a priest, could be a priest and a prophet because of the stuff that he said is so in line. I don't even know what his spirituality is, you know, because he do go off here and there. You know what I mean? But for the most part, that brother's spirit is aligned the right way, and the things that he be saying be the truth. You know what I'm saying? So we finna play some truth from Corey Holcomb right here.
They've been mentioning it. Yes, the brat, 48 years old. Congratulations, her and her wife, Jessica Judy Dupar, are expecting a child.
That's fucked up that they say her and her wife is expecting a child.
Well, they did get married.
What happened?
I guess.
They put the nut in you, or you got dick up in?
No, it's
what
hers.
happened?
It's her wife's. So her wife had some eggs. So she.
What?
Yeah, her wife had some eggs.
D, why are you part of this bullshit world? D. Ain't no bitch got another bitch pregnant.
No, I know this. I haven't finished my. Oh my
what,
god!
What, the bitch bought some eggs at the swap meet? What
no, hold on. It's an anonymous sperm donor, but it's Judy's eggs. But they insert all that into the breast.
Did you hear what D just said? Let me shut up and let you say this stupid
it's
shit.
It's Judy's eggs, and it's an anonymous sperm donor, and all of that was inserted in the brat, and she's pregnant.
Wait.
You can do that.
So let me get this right.
The wife's eggs.
The wife
eggs. Yeah, because the brat's 48, and she had some other surgeries done down there, so she can.
I want you to justify this. We want to make sure everybody know what happened.
Okay.
You saying the lady
that she's married to
that's sucking bread pussy got some sperm
donated.
I mean, it was free.
Well, they don't give all this. They don't give all the specifics about what they paid.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they just said it's an anonymous sperm donors. They didn't say who the dad was. They just said they took Judy's eggs. And yes. Yeah, of course they had to pay for that. It's all a process. But anyway, so she's pregnant now.
Okay.
So congrats. Yeah, she has 3. But she's young, and she already had 3 kids. So they just said that they wanted her to have this experience having a baby.
The brat eggs was too functified.
Oh,
so
anyway, I say congratulations, Brat.
That boy, man, that boy Corey Holcomb is hardcore. He said her eggs were funkified. Damn, I'm mad I ain't doing that one. You know what I mean? Like I said, that brother, he just exposed the nonsense of this whole pregnancy thing. Let's just drop one scripture about the brat and then we out. If you could give me the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 24. You know what I'm saying? Like, we finna drop this quick scripture and then we're gonna roll up out of here. But this is just chaos and nonsense. Like I said, you got it?
Yeah, I got it when you ready.
Like I said, man, they took the eggs out of her, fertilized the egg with the whole sperm and everything, then put it in the brat. Now she's pregnant. I mean, that just goes to this. All you want to be feminist black women? They're talking about the mother of civilization and the black woman is the life in the. Ain't no life in your womb without the man. The man is the reason. The sperm is the seed. Without the seed, the egg has nothing. The egg cannot. I'm not saying it has nothing, but the egg cannot live. The man produces life. The man is the reason that the egg comes alive and develop in your womb. They could have took all the eggs they wanted to out of that sister and put it into the bracket. Guess what she would have done? When her monthly came on, she'd have shed those eggs out like every woman does. You know what I'm saying? But without that sperm, they had to fertilize that egg with some sperm and then put it in her, which shows you all that you are no offense, a carrier system and a delivery system. Okay? The package starts here at the manufacturer, but it gets delivered by FedEx and UPS. All right? And what you all do during birth is spectacular and magnificent, and no man on earth will want to give birth. Y'all got that on Lizzo.
Except for the brat.
Except for the brat want to be right. You know what I mean? The only man that want to give birth is the brat. But, you know, I digress from that. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Like, let's just end this nonsense. And this scripture right here, when they talk about homosexuality in the Bible, everyone wants to go to the verse where it said, man shall not lay with man. And then I've even heard it said that lesbianism is not spoken upon in the Bible. Well, this is where it's spoken upon at. If you could, Bible shot.
Romans chapter 1, verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
The lust of their hearts. When a man wants a man, when a woman wants a woman, that's the lust of your own heart. Your heart meaning your mind. That's some crap you came up with in your mind because you were either molested as a child, you've been hurt, you've been abused in some type of way, you've been thrown aside, and you have a pain inside of you that you cannot get over. You need therapy, but you don't seek therapy to get over that pain. And so you go and do something that dishonors your body. Read.
Verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creator. Looks like the creature more than the creator.
Serving the creature more than the creator. You believe the truth of God is a man is supposed to be with a woman and a woman is supposed to be with a man. That women give birth to the children of men. And that's how populations grow. That's how nations are built. Right. You know what I mean? Ain't no man on man, woman on woman nonsense. That's the lie. That you can love who you want to love, that you can date who you want to date, that you can sleep with who you want to sleep with. Right. First of all, men are not supposed to sleep with men, women are not supposed to sleep with women. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are not supposed to sleep with people outside of their race. You cannot go out here having a baby just by anybody. You should not date anybody, just anybody. You should not be sleeping with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men in your lifetime if you're a woman. You should have one man, one husband, unless that brother dies or does something that causes a divorce. You know what I mean? Our women should not be whores. Our men should not be hormones. Those are the truths of God right there. The lies in America is that you can sleep with whoever you want to. It's okay as long as you're young to go out and sleep with 40, 50, 60 different goddamn people. You know what I mean? If you're in college, you can experiment around all of these dumb things that the world tells you that you see in movies and hear in rap and see in entertainment. All of those are lies. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be a morally uplifted world where everybody follows the laws of the Bible, that sex is marriage, and you can't go around just marrying any and everybody. Read.
Khan, who is blessed forever. Amen. Verse 26. For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affection.
Vile affection. Disgusting affection. You know what I mean? Nasty, unclean, dirty, unseemly affection. It's an affection that you're not supposed to have. That's why the Lord calls it vile. But what type of vile affection? Go ahead.
For even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Women on women is against nature. It's a vile affection. What the brat just did is against nature. Having a test tube, baby, that's science, not nature. Having another woman's eggs taken out of her body, fertilized with some random man's sperm who you did not sleep with, and then putting this egg inside of your body to grow and shape in your womb so you can give birth to it, that's against nature. Nature doesn't work that way. If the Most High wanted you to get pregnant, brat, you would have got with a man that the Most High said you are supposed to be with this man. and have that man's baby. You know what I mean? That's how you were supposed to get pregnant. Not being a whore, not flipping and flopping back between your sexuality, not going with some woman and getting that whole process I just described done. That's against nature. It's unnatural and it's wrong.
So, if I may, and your body's defense system is what tells those eggs to no longer allow sperm to go, so you can't have a baby. Mm-hmm. Now, and of course, like we said, we just a sister. We wish no harm upon her, but she may have created her own fatal mistake by allowing this to happen.
Exactly. We might be witnessing, and Lord, be with this sister in her ignorance and not allow this to happen. But we might be witnessing the death of the brat. Mm-hmm. We might be witnessing the end of the brat. One of the greatest female rappers of all time, the brat was cold. Mm-hmm. You know, she did her thing. You know what I'm saying? But in her ignorance and her being a part of this world, we might be witnessing this sister usher in her own demise. Lord willing that she does not. But it is a possibility that this is what we're watching right now. Right. You know what I mean? Continue on.
Verse 20. Verse 27. Mm-hmm. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
See, that's how you know the context. You say, well, what's the natural use? What is a man's natural use of a woman? To have sex with her and produce a baby. The women left the natural use of sleeping with the men and having babies, and the men have left the natural use of the woman to sleep with the woman and have babies. Because you want to be man on man and woman on woman, like Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah for the exact same thing. Right. Read.
Burn in their lust one toward another. Mm-hmm. Men with men, mm-hmm. working that which is unseemly.
Unseemly, see, working that which is unseemly. That is not expedient. Mm-hmm. That is not what you should be doing. It's nasty and disgusting. Continue
on. And receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was meet.
That recompense is the fact that is AIDS. Mm-hmm. That recompense is death, is early death. Right. Like how Zion Wade wants to be a girl now. 90% of boys that have a transgender transition surgery before the age of 18 end up killing themselves before the age of 21. Definitely before the age of 25. Because they regret cutting their rod off, because they realized they were adolescents and made an adolescent dumb decision. The brat may have just made a fatal decision with her 48-year-old body. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having a baby early on and trying to have a baby with a man, she just went to try to have a baby with a woman to prove something to the world. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you do. Homosexuality is not a lifestyle. It's a death style. Mm-hmm. The Lord does not approve of it. And all of these shenanigans are only going to lead to the demise of our people that go into that lifestyle. It's also the way of the heathens. Right. All right. Now, on that note, this has been the latest podcast, broadcasting you live from Gary, Indiana. I want to thank my mighty co-host, Officer 1000 Kazawan to my right, Officer 1000 Aramawan to my left, Officer 500 Asha'ar to my right, and on the ones and twos doing an excellent job, Officer 50 Ra'ash Karab. Join us every Sunday. That's right. Every first Sunday of the month.
You wish.
One day,
baby.
One day, but you know, our schedule, you know what I mean, between the men up here, we some of the craziest men you'll ever meet. Right. So we're able to come to you once a month. So join us. Oh, Salaki, if I may, join us live on Sunday, April the 2nd, from Raleigh, North Carolina, at the 54th annual Passover. We're going to be broadcasting live from the hotel. The 54th annual Passover is going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, Saturday, April the 1st at the downtown Raleigh Convention Center. If you are Black, Hispanic, or Native American, you are invited to come. Even you non-UPK Israelite groups, whatever you are from, whatever group you're from, whatever camp you're from, whatever organization or association you're from if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you are invited to come down to the Passover and experience brotherhood and sisterhood unlike anything you've ever seen. That's right. So come join us once again on Saturday, April the 1st, Raleigh, North Carolina, at the Raleigh Convention Center downtown Raleigh. You know what I'm saying? At sundown. Be there. And with that, that has been the latest podcast. Thank you for joining us. See you then. Israel Shalom.
Shalom.